minute. Something ain't right.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Now, what you've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
Vagina. My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Listen to you lovelies. Yeah, it's Thursday night fights. Thursday night kites. Thursday night thrusting. I'm not really sure. It's not a nooner. It's not Friday night tights. It's Nerdrotic at night. Ooh, that rhymed. That rhymed. Hello, everybody. As you can tell, I am sitting in an empty house with no wife, no kids, and no dogs. So that's why we get more night live streams. So you guys win. You guys win. Yes. 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 Let's see who's here. Lord Thoth and his wrench. Is it Zuner J5? Hail to you. Craggy Island, Shepherd's Travel, Matthew Montgomery, Guts the Black Swordsman. Guts. Oh, you went up there. Coop, what's up? Pie Guy, Forgotten Prime, D. Well, all the ladies love D. That's for sure. Some of the dudes too. Vera, Dent Masterson, Call Me Kaiser, Sure Shot. Oh, I saw Toxic in the name. I got to go. I can't miss that one. Toxic Waltz, N8. Crispy 1186 and CRCN what? David. You guys are just fucking with me now, which is really easy to do. Checka. Welcome to all the people around the world. Just to let you know, the world is always burning and people are always masturbating. It's just another day in the week. Just another day in the week. Are India and Pakistan still fighting? Not really sure. All these wars going on. And we're not going to talk about any of that shit. Not really. But we are going to talk about some news before we get into the square up, because that's what this is. It's a square up of the square up. It's square up squared. Because we got some more super chats to go over from last Friday Night Tights before we get to tomorrow with Archcast finally on. And I can, oh God, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to get the figures and all this other shit. But I was watching Open Bar and somebody, I don't even know if they were joking or serious, but they said Event Horizon is a prequel, because they were talking about Event Horizon prequel, which fucking no. But somebody said it is a prequel to Warhammer 40K. Now, I've heard Warhammer 40K attributed to a lot of things, but that sold me. I'm like, is it? Is that what it's like? So I'm going to ask him which books I can start with to kind of crawl into that world and maybe just get another addiction. Because that sounds fucking awesome. Oh, and now it's warm in here. I got to turn on my fan. One moment. I'm still here. Got to hit the ceiling fan. Didn't want to be shoving my balls in the camera. Well, not on this platform anyway. Maybe in retirement. Only olds. I'll join only olds. Davina, what's up? Eric K, what's up? Kevin Lee, what's up? Epic Mike. What are you? It's what happens if you don't have protection in warp travel. There you go. Got to have protection, Mike. You of all people should know that. You of all people should know that. Yes. So, what little news was there today? Kind of wrapping up. I did a video on Kevin Feige and Bob Iger kind of passively aggressively passing blame. One is saying, yes, I gave you too much stuff, but apparently you couldn't handle it. And the other one was saying, you gave me too much stuff and I couldn't handle it. Kind of funny. I did all this preparation on tariffs, and we were going to talk about it on Piers Morgan, along with the Met Gala, along with Black Snape and J.K. Rowling. And, we were also going to talk about our favorite prison movies. And it's like, holy shit, something I'm actually kind of an expert on. And, fucking Kanye West with 32 million followers. Oh, I'm sorry, 33 million followers on X walked out because he didn't get his follower count right. And then you saw what happened on the internet. I just thought it was surreal to be there. Sorry if you've heard the story before, but it's not every day you get kicked for Kanye. And I just like, at least I have a story for my kids. You can I saw that comment on Asmund Cole talking about the India-Pakistani war, and I almost died. Oh. So yeah, maybe that'll be on my gravestone. Kicked for Kanye. Thank you. Come again. Thank you. Come again. Have you tried plugging the missile in? Oh, right. Hypocrisy. Yeah. So Disney did an earnings call and they were all proud about the 1.4 million subs they gained over the quarter. And then fucking Max, which is bleeding money, gained like 3 times more of the subs than they did, which was funny. Iger's a twat. He's such a fucking twat. But yeah, there's that, and yeah, we did all the talk with tariffs, but somebody asked me to talk about this. I heard about it earlier today, and we're going to go way more over it on Friday Night Tights. But sure, you ask, you shall receive. Disney, as you know, champion of the gays. They love the alphabet soup. They went to war with the state of Florida. They made their own CEO at the time, who really wasn't a CEO, Bob Chapek, have his do his hostage video where a rainbow colored gun was pointed to his head, because Florida didn't want sexual things taught to kindergartners, gay or straight. So that's what Disney went to war for. It ended up costing them their tax exempt status, costing them a lot of money. And it costs it's given them brand damage to this very day, because they were a family brand, and this family brand all of a sudden wants kids, little kids, to be taught sexual things by the state, who, just to remind you, one of the things they did in communist Cuba, one of the things they went to, because I interviewed, I'm blanking on his name because I'm terrible. The guy who says plethora in The Three Amigos. He talked about his experience as a kid from communist Cuba who came here. His family came here because one of the things they were doing in Cuba was separating kids from families. They were doing that because the state is your family. So, yeah, Disney was all about that. Disney was all about that, to defend the gays. Just to point out, a lot of gay people weren't down with anything sexual being taught to little kids. But that's what happens when a community turns into a political wing of a party. And as I've said many times before, good for anybody standing up as an individual. Don't really care if you're gay or not. People are born gay. Never had a problem with it. But, just leave the kids alone. And thankfully, a lot of them agree. But I'll tell the story again. In prison, at least the time I was in, everybody was segregated by race, and each race had a leader. They did not mix races with cells. A white guy was celled with a white guy. A black guy was celled with a black guy. A Chicano was celled with a Chicano. A native-born Mexican who might have come here illegally, who was in jail, but that's not what they were called in jail, was celled with another native-born Mexican who was in the country illegally, and that was definitely not what they were called, even by the Chicanos in prison. So they were all separated. But when one knucklehead from one race is causing trouble that doesn't need to be caused, that creates tension, because the trick about prison is self-policing. It's self-policing because, well, I probably shouldn't say this out loud. The prisoners outnumber the guards. They have guns. They do. And if you're in, not a supermax or anything, people are pretty much going to stay in line because they want to go home someday. I wasn't in one of those for a little while, but I was in a level 4. But knucklehead starts mixing it up with another race, causing trouble. What happens is the head of that group goes to the head of the other group and goes, check your guy or we'll check him. And usually it gets taken care of. But Disney, back to Disney, was going to champion all the gays with their not so secret gay agenda. We had people on the private Zoom calls bragging about having multiple non-binary transmission children because it's just a big competition to sacrifice your kids in Hollywood. And you know, my thoughts on it are, if you were trying to trans your kids, that is no different than beating them. You are no different than the dad or mom who beats their little kid. You're exactly the same. And you know what? I know that horror has hit some of them. I've lost friends because of it. I don't care. Hopefully they come around and come to Jesus in some way about this, but you're no different. You're abusing your child. You're abusing your child. It's, you know what? Fuck. Your kid identifies as a drug addict. Go get him some coke. It's the same fucking thing. Your little kid. But Disney wants to back all this shit up. Which is funny because they have gone into a partnership. They're open. It's not them opening up a new park. It's basically, as far as I know, a licensing agreement with a country where being gay is illegal. So Abu Dhabi, simply being gay is not explicitly against the law in Abu Dhabi, but homosexual acts are illegal and criminalized. Homosexual acts are illegal. Both civil and Sharia law criminalize same-sex sexual activity in the United Arab Emirates, including Abu Dhabi. So this is one of the more liberal countries, but apparently, remember, it was don't say gay. They tried to put that bullshit lie out there that this was the don't say gay bill. You can say gay all you want. But apparently, Disney was a little more passionate about fighting against don't say gay, and they've really got nothing to say with don't be gay. And they're being called out, rightly so. Disney announces a whole new theme park and resort, and it's not in Florida or California where, you know, they don't prosecute or throw the gays off buildings. The new location is the 7th Disney theme park resort around the world after the US, Japan, France, and China. The waterfront resort will open on Yas Island with immersive attractions, hotels, and dining, except for the gays. An opening date has not yet been set. Mickey Mouse is packing his bags for a new destination. On Wednesday, May 7th, the Walt Disney Company announced it will be opening its first time ever theme park and resort in Abu Dhabi, bringing the House of Mouse's signature magic to the United Arab Emirates. The destination, dubbed Disneyland Abu Dhabi, marks Disney's 7th global theme park resort and its first in the Middle East. It'll be built as a waterfront resort on Yas Island, a hub of entertainment that already draws millions of visitors from across the Middle East, Africa, India, well, maybe not now, and Europe and beyond. Miral, Abu Dhabi's leading creator of immersive destinations and experiences, including, no, I won't go there. So many jokes. Will oversee development and operations of the resort, while Disney's famed Imagineers will lead creative design and offer operational guidance to ensure the park captures the immersive storytelling and world-class experience the brand is known for, except for the gays. This is a thrilling moment for our company, said Disney CEO Bobby Liger in a statement obtained by People, promising the park will rise from the land in spectacular fashion, blending contemporary architecture with cutting-edge technology to offer guests deeply immersive entertainment experiences in unique and modern ways. Not sure how you're going to do that without any gay people. especially the decorating. Disney Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney, except for the gays, and distinctly Emirati, an oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at the crossroads of the world that will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, except for the gays. Sorry, I had to do it because it rhymed there. And will become a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come, Iger said, except for the gays. Now, I have no problem with them opening a resort in the United Arab Emirates. I don't. Not at all. Go right ahead. I just find it rich that they cost themselves hundreds of millions of dollars, fought so hard against the state of Florida, and then they do this, and they didn't think people would bring it up. I think it's fucking hilarious. It's hypocritical, and I guess we can call this segment It turns out you're not that special. It turns out that all of that was bullshit, like all of us were saying, just like inclusivity, diversity, your community. No giant corporation gives a flying fuck about you once you're not useful anymore. They will pander like crazy to you. And a lot of times it's to be a human critical shield. A human critical shield. But I mean, are we surprised this is the company that thanked the region that has a concentration camp in it? And I laugh because it's so ignored. For example, if I'm trying to think something on the other side, if Trump thanked a region with a concentration camp in it, we would hear about that for the rest of our lives in the press. For the rest of our fucking lives. It would be in every single point being made on CNN, on MSNBC, on fucking Fox, everywhere. Everybody would slip in, and he thanked a concentration camp in China. And don't you dare think they wouldn't. I mean, they were talking about the tiki torches in fucking North Carolina and as good people on both sides. They still do. But a major corporation, a family-friendly brand, thanks a province with a motherfucking concentration camp, and people still think Disney is a force for the progressive good. And you're not wrong there. They're very progressive. It's very in line to put people in concentration camps who don't agree with you. It's very communist. Maybe that's why to this day they haven't seen a problem with it. Now, why would a major American corporation want to adhere to Marxism? The stupidity of Hollywood and people with large salaries who make huge decisions for giant companies knows no limits. Coming to the UK real soon, I know. Whoa, yikes. Well, I mean, they're trying to come here too. We got some wacky stuff in Texas. There's definitely some wacky stuff in California. The bigotry of low expectations. That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. For sure. I can't wait to talk about that on FNT tomorrow. We will probably talk about Andor. But probably not that long. They had a really good discussion on Open Bar about it, I think. Go check that out when it gets re-uploaded. I think Drinker's unlisting them now, so you can get the link and you can go see it. They had a really good talk about it. I thought that was a good open bar. It's always a good open bar. All right, let's get to the questions. And yes, what's up, Corn Pop? It's a bad dude. Jose A. Taco. Yeah, Tom Cruise announced he's coming to Texas to visit some theaters in San Antonio and in Dallas opening day of Mission Impossible. And it was just a really nice, simple, hey, we're coming to the great state of Texas. We're really excited about our movie. We want you to see it. I'm gonna crew to some theaters and say some hi to people. And it's like, this is how you fucking promote a movie. And it seems so utterly simple. Show a little gratitude, acknowledge the audience, the paying customer who work all fucking day and taking their hard-earned money, that goes for fucking YouTubers and everybody who understand and have gratitude. The people want to spend their money and time with you, and it likes show some gratitude. And Tom Cruise does that. Crazy Scientologist is quite frankly the best person to the audience, to the fans there has been in the last I'm going to say at least decade. And he also wasn't wrong on some other stuff too. But when it comes to medicating your kid stuff, but no, he's been just like, hey, I'm here to make movies. I'm here to entertain, and I'm grateful you're here. And thank you for seeing it in a theater. It's really that fucking simple. And you will endear yourself to so many more people instead of going, I am bringing the necessary redress of balance by existing as a Black female dwarf, or this is going to save lives, or I don't give a shit about half the audience. I mean, they'll never learn. They'll never fucking learn. We got Marvel and Disney fucking squabbling with each other. And if they just acknowledge that you both fucked it up and you pissed off the audience, and if you just went out there and say, we're going to make superhero movies, let's be super, go. Admittedly, like the press for the Thunderbolts, really, I mean, it's not cringe at all. Like, it's not like the press for the Marvels or fucking the Eternals was the worst. That was the worst. Something else. Wakanda Forever was pretty bad too. Hang on, my wife was trying to call me. She's asking me a question about the book. Maybe she'll be watching and I can answer the question. I did wake up to some excellent news today. Somebody just mentioned it right here. In better news, Clarkson Farm season 4 trailer dropped today. And you know what? We'll take a look at it later. Because, man, that's my happy place. But let's get to it. We got some new super chats. Thank you very much. I will get to those in just a moment. We kind of intermix it with the older ones. Okay. So hang in there, everybody. Hope you're doing okay. 85 fame for $2 says Ryan versus 100 third graders. Who wins? Biting aloud. Oh, I'd give me the third graders all day long. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just old. I don't understand the appeal of that meme. I don't understand why it's funny. I don't know why. I completely don't understand why it's getting traction. It's ridiculous because the giant gorilla would walk the fuck away. That's what they would do. They would go, I don't want to bother with this shit. And so I just did not participate because maybe there's something there I'm just completely missing. And I will acknowledge that because I'm old. Mr. Wayne for $1.99. Good to have Az back. Jeremy is gay. Well, so is Az. So Jeremy didn't feel alone. Zombified Guitarist for $2 says, what do you think of Fiddler? What's Fiddler? On the Roof? Good movie? You mean a band? Not much. Can't say it rings a bell. Ashcore for $5 says, will there be a discussion about the Buffalo School stuff from Unsub here or on Rumble? Hail FNT. There was supposed to be, and we ran out of time, and I think we will do it tomorrow on the Rumble side. But I have no problem talking about it here on YouTube and on Rumble. So our good friends at the Unsub podcast, Eli, Donut, Brandon, Fat Electrician, and Angry Cops have really broken this story that, of course, it's being picked up locally in Buffalo, which is good, but it's not being picked up nationally, and it won't be picked up nationally. And basically, there's a cop. He's an investigator, and he came out and exposed that the Buffalo public school system is covering up abuse of all forms of children. And they're doing it to cover their ass. They're doing it to save their jobs. They're doing it to save paperwork. So they're marking these kids forever. Now, it's varying degrees of abuse, by the way. Like kids fighting, whatever. But no, the Angry Cops was specific. No, there is egregious, kids getting snatched out of school by a predator, and it gets covered up. A poor kid who was a poor girl who was getting the shit beat out of her by her gangbanger dad, that was being covered up. And that guy went away, thankfully. Stuff that's the parents to cover their cushy little fucking jobs and to protect themselves when they're supposed to protect it. You're listen, you covered that shit up. You're a giant fucking massive piece of shit who needs to go find fucking God, spirituality, or something, just to preserve your little fucking house and your little fucking job. And you are leading kids out to slaughter. Oh, that sounds hyperbolic. No, you're covering up fucking abuse, you piece of shit. Your job is to look after them. But this is public schools, ladies and gentlemen. This is public schools. So go watch the videos. They're tough. It's not easy to listen to, but Eli and the gang are doing great work on that. They're going to stay on it. I know those guys. They're good dudes. And the more people know about this, the better. So we will talk about it on FNT tomorrow. Briefly, teachers' unions cover up for predators. School administrators cover up for predators. They have for decades. One of the biggest donors and one of the strongest wings of the Democratic Party is the teachers' union. The union above all. The union above all. Above the people who are part of it, who are just a cog in the machine, and above kids. We saw that with COVID when we were trying to protect our union members from those little kids who weren't going to be sick. But they were looking out for the teachers. They didn't give a shit about the kids. It's a political wing. They don't give a shit about kids, and they've been covering up for predators for fucking decades. And it needs to be broken up because of that specifically. But it won't be. But it should be. Ask yourself this. Catholic Church got hit with kid diddling. Boy Scouts got hit with kid diddling. What's the place where the most children congregate every single fucking day in this country? Public school. But nothing happens there? It's just a magical fairyland of virtuous adults? Are you fucking kidding me? It's because it's covered up. They get transferred, they get put on leave, and then they get put back to work. Because they're afraid that teacher, and occasionally it's so egregious they get caught, but I mean, it's 1 in 1,000 that they turn in. 1 in 1,000, maybe more. It's a fucking scandal waiting to happen, just like the open secret in Hollywood and with politics. It's just, it might threaten the state or the system. People might actually get mad. And we need to protect our union members. Back to pop culture. Bo Briscoe for $10 says Chrissy is an aging e-thought. Also, hail Odin. He showed up late. Well, we Az came in and took an extra seat, so we have to juggle it for a little while, but we're actually going to go probably mostly guestless for the next couple of months. And I mean, like, you know, we'll bring in Rags, of course, and Drinker and Mahler as we get into the summer movie season and we actually have fucking shit to cover. We got Mission Impossible coming up. I'm not going to get excited either way about Lilo and Stitch. I'm not going to watch it. But if you got kids, go take them. Noah Knox Marshall for $11.99. Hey guys and Chrissy, great to watch you live for once. It's my birthday, so I'm asking y'all to search Vicaroni Sizzle and watch the teaser from Imagination Bay's first movie I'm co-directing. I'll look it up. I'll note that for X-Ray Girl so we can do it on FNT. Happy late birthday, by the way. Z Herb for $5. Is Jeremy just here for the gay DEI representation? Well, it's unnecessary now that Az is back, but yeah, I mean, still waiting for my tax credit. Albert Not a Retro for 2 Canadian pesos. Since Zeus flicked Thor, I walked away from Disney. Dude. That Thor Love and Thunder does not get talked about enough. It does not get do I still have that clip? Oh yeah, I do.
You flipped too hard, damn it!
And Chris Hemsworth came out a couple days ago and said, yeah, I went too much on the ad lib and I made a goofy Thor. So I think he regrets it. Charlie Cox came out and said he didn't like episode 5 of Daredevil. So it was like Marvel actors shitting on Marvel Day, which was good. Man, things have gotten so bad. We got actors openly like clowning this shit. And just go back to like 2014 when things were really good. Could you imagine this fucking happening? Like what's happened? You have to try to suck this bad. But we are in the, listen, when the term post-woke or woke is dead, I think people are just tired of saying it, and I don't blame them. But as I tried to temper people's expectations in my videos, it's the public's appetite for it is dead. Deader than fucking dead. Hollywood and the Brits' appetite to make it not really dead, but they're being punished pretty hard for making this stuff. Last of Us ratings are tanking. A lot of people are saying, I only saw the clips on YouTube. I give a fuck about some post-apocalyptic zombie thing where people are fucking horrible. It's called The Walking Dead, and I got tired of that too. But you know, she said she's going to be a dad, and people were saying that's the wokest episode ever made. And it might be because I didn't see it. But I would say a strong contender would be the Doctor Who episode from last week, where they made white straight podcaster the worst villain. And I'm not even kidding. Like, this is not hyperbolic. They made him the worst villain in the history of Doctor Who. Worse than it's so fucking ridiculous. But nobody watched it, so it's okay. Clank, clank, I'm a take for $2. Okay, time to watch Last House on the Left. Yeah, it's not bad. Ace Rabbit for 2 Canadian pesos. Can we please make hashtag super shit trend starting today? Listen, if James Gunn's Superman, if James Gunn's James Gunn, when it comes out on James Gunn 11th of 2000 James Gunn, if it sucks, super shit's going to trend. It's going to fucking trend. That's why it's like, woo, man, you better make a good movie. Listen, I hope James Gunn's James Gunn is good. I really hope so. Mr. Tompus for $5. AOC once said that no doesn't mean no. It means find another way. That sounds like something that brain dead actor who was cast into a part would say. Armslave for $20 says they messed up all the fighter origins, made the Y-Wings Clone Wars fighters, X-Wings, no explanation. A-Wings were first when made for counter to tie in. They messed up the B-Wing origin, making it appear in Rebels. Yeah, the Filoni stuff is I watched some of it and I like some of it, but I never counted it as canon. And believe me, neither would George. If George was still around, he would contradict. He did. He would contradict every fucking book and cartoon and comic he wanted to. He would. Andor, this last batch of episodes was pretty good. Pretty good. I'm not going to call it the greatest TV ever made. But there's a really good episode that you could call the highest quality Disney Star Wars ever made. I don't think that's an over exaggeration, but the problem is, for me anyway, is with Andor season 2, I didn't like the first 6 episodes. I like parts of them, but I mostly didn't like them. So we finally got to a part I thought was pretty good, and we have more episodes to go. My complaint about these last 3 episodes that everybody's saying is really good is not Benjamin Bratt's Bail Organa. I think he did a good job. There just wasn't enough of them. Like, this guy's kind of a bigwig in the rebellion. And he had a couple of good moments where they mentioned Mon Mothma is questioning, do we even have a plan? And he goes, oh, we have a plan. Why does everybody fucking call me? Nobody calls me all day. And they're calling me. Piss off. I'm streaming. But there's just not enough of them. I hope there's a lot more later on, but yeah, this is probably what this is what they should have done to start Disney Star Wars, not end it. But here we are, right back to your regular Disney Star Wars programming with The Mandalorian and Grogu next year, and Ahsoka season 2. They messed up. I read that one. The final battle in World War Hulk was amazing. It was, Wes. Thank you for $10. The writing was awesome, with the Sentry losing because he didn't want to destroy the planet, because he could have won. World War Hulk is fucking awesome. Planet Hulk and World War Hulk are fun reads. And how they had to take, for Civil War, they had to take the Hulk out of the equation. They did, because he would tip any side, right? So they found a way to do it. Reed sends him off to a planet. Reed Richards tricks him and sends him off to a planet, and he tells everybody, and he thought so too. He genuinely thought, like, we're sending him to this peaceful planet. Not the case. Accidents happen. And then we get Planet Hulk, which is, I mean, what do you think, chat? Best Hulk story ever told? I think so. As far as arcs are concerned, I would say my go-to is Planet Hulk. But World War Hulk is fun. Your Barmy for $2 says, Odin, say rape. Deus Vault. I'll say rape for him. I think we've used up all our rapes. We said it 75 times in one episode, and I think that's good. And the fact that we were talking about a Star Wars episode is, I mean, it's funny. There's nothing really funny about rape, but it's funny when you're talking about in regards to Star Wars. Maximus Rabitus, Stellan Skarsgård Luthien is the best thing in Star Wars. He's the best Disney Star Wars character ever created. Luthen, for sure. Andor is burning. Let's Mon Mothma bait. Says snacks for $2. SC615. Bail Organa was racist because Tony Gilroy doesn't care. He openly does not like or care about Star Wars. KK basically gave him free reign. They could have made it work and chose not to. F the legacy. Yeah, I'm very I'm curious. I want to ask Ryan about the Gorman massacre. Now, I have vaguely known about it, just honestly through osmosis. But I want to see what are the differences of how that went down. But I thought the episode was good. I did. Do I think you should subscribe to Disney Plus? Fuck no. Hell no. God no. Is it enough for me to say, as a Star Wars fan, this might bring you back? No. I mean, your mileage might vary, but but without a doubt, it is the best looking Star Wars Disney has made. It's the best looking Disney Star Wars Disney has made. It is the most competent the Empire has ever been. There's still some dumb stuff in it though. And there's girl bossing. There is. There's absolute girl bossing. Oh, why is it, this is getting ridiculous. Hang on a second. Everybody's calling me. Is my house on fire? Hang on. Jesus Christ. Let's listen to some music. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that intermission, everybody. Sorry. Insurance adjusters were calling me. Book. So I can't do a poll. So I'm just going to ask you guys. We're going to be doing a I'm trying to think we're doing a pre-sale. We're doing a limited pre-sale, and we're doing it very soon. Do you guys want a choice between hardcover and softcover? Do you just want? I think choice is better, don't you? Don't you? But it's up to you guys, because I think I'm probably just going to give you a choice of hardcover or softcover. That's what with I mean, I like it. I mean, you guys are saying you like it hard? Okay. But we're going to do both. We're going to do both. And you'll have a choice. So one of those things I agree with my friend Jeremy on. Freedom of choice. It's what you got. I like freedom of choice. There is going to be like a leather bound one. we can't do that one on the pre-sale because that's going to be, I think I said yes as an option with the publisher, because the way things are rolling now is like I got a really cool publisher who's letting me do a pre-sale. We're doing a pre-sale like this. After the pre-sale is done, it will be available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and stuff. After the pre-sale, it'll be available wide. And I think there might be an option, but we can't do that with the pre-sale. I'll sign. Yeah, I will be signing some. And then like, if I'm ever at a meetup, just bring the book. I'll sign it. I'll stay all night if I have to sign it. I have to take the example led by Graham Hancock when I saw him do 9-hour talks and then stay with every last fan for hours afterwards. Fucking G. Graham's a G. Good man. He's a good man. His wife's really nice, by the way. Oh my God. I'm kidding. This is ridiculous. I'm going to turn off my phone after this. I'm going to turn off my fucking phone. See, Eric, this is why I ignore my phone. I don't get it. I'm like doing nothing for 2 hours. Dropped a video, made myself a little chicken salad. I know it sounds gay, but that's how I eat now. Hang on. Yes. Nobody calls me all fucking day. All gay. I know it's all gay. It's all gay. We'll get back to this. Thanks for your patience. The new Pope was calling me. The new Pope today. I'm not a Catholic. I respect all my Catholics out there. I do. I'm Lutheran, so you probably all fucking hate me. But that's I was confirmed as a Lutheran. I'm not a practicing Lutheran now, but went to confirmation, did my little Sunday school, all that stuff when I was a kid. But all I could think about was, I want to read Battle Pope. That was a fun comic book. You ever read Battle Pope out there in the chat? Robert Kirkman. Good stuff. It's funny. It's funny. Da Pope. Hope he's not woke. Hope he's not a woke idiot. Okay, read that one. A cameo of Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, and Andor. Is there? There's a great Star Wars tale. I've talked about this before. There's a great Star Wars tales from Dark Horse where Indiana Jones is in the jungle and he's going after Bigfoot, and Bigfoot is Chewbacca, and he comes across a crashed Millennium Falcon with the skeleton of Han Solo. It's like a little short story. It's fucking awesome. I can't remember. Oh my God. I'm going to try to go off the top of my head. I could be completely wrong about this. Star Wars Tales. The number that hits my head is 7 or 10. I'll probably be wrong, but yeah, Dark Horse Star Wars Tales. Super cool. Little short story. You all have an absolute riot today. Many, many thanks. You all have been an absolute riot today. Many, many thanks. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, going all the way back to COVID, I think the premise is the world's always been this crazy. Now, during COVID, it was a little extra crazy, but the only thing to make the world a little bit of a better place that I could think of was to just laugh at a lot of shit, laugh at stupid shit. And if it makes people laugh, it makes me laugh, then we're good. Now, it doesn't always work out. Not every joke lands. I understand that. And some people might like some jokes better than others. We might have made a few a few that might have ruffled some feathers. Oh well. Disney Marvel is shit. I missed I missed Agents of Shield. I miss it. Yeah. It's mostly shit. It's mostly shit. I didn't see what the weekly take. Thunderbolts changing their name gave it a bump on Tuesday. I didn't see what the Wednesday numbers were. I could see it. It's like I didn't like the movie, and my mind has not changed and will not change on it. But if people like it, that's great. And I can see it like word of mouth giving it a little bump. It's going to get crushed when Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible come out, but they have like a good 10 days, 12 days till that happens. So they could, will it be profitable? Who fucking knows? I mean, how much extra marketing did you have to pay to change the name of your movie? Whew. Oh, so why is Michelle Obama doing a Predator movie? I don't know. Clank, clank, I'm the tank. Good agent. Modalicious for $5. So when do we get a red and blue electric Superman? After all, it happened in the comics. Okay, Modalicious. I mean, that's a good point. Okay. And I've tried to express that nuance that there's a lot of good things that happened in the comics. And there's some really fucking bad things that have happened in the comics. Okay. Even in the heyday, red and blue Superman is not a thing I would want to see adapted on screen ever. Okay. Ever. So when people get on me saying it happened in the comics, well, there's certain high points of storytelling that happened in the comics that should never be ignored, by the way. Think of them as a fixed point in time from Doctor Who. There are certain high character moments that happened in the comics that make Spider-Man or Batman or Superman what they are as characters, and they cannot be ignored. Even when you're adapting them, they have to be, it could be reworked with another villain, but that, or a different context of story, but the core of what happens, death of Gwen Stacy, really fucking important to Spider-Man's character. That's why bringing her back is fucking retarded. Oh, you're fridging your women. Fuck off. We all know why Fridge is on the brain of fucking Gail Simone all the time. It's important to the character. And it sucks. It sucks when they take Dark Phoenix and fuck it up twice to where that when they do it the third fucking time, it's not going to be special at all. It sucks. Listen, I don't hate Batman versus Superman as much as some people do. I don't love it as much as some people do, but mixing in the Dark Knight Returns in that movie to start it out is stupid. And it makes like a possibility, if we live in a world where people actually want to create something fun, of adapting a proper Dark Knight Returns, which you couldn't do unless you had a Batman for a long time with a full rogues gallery of villains who's gone on many adventures. You have to build up to something like that. But they don't. They want their dessert first. Usually it's a woke dessert with fucking quinoa or whatever the fucking woke vegetarians eat. Quinoa. I have been reading older comics. The X-Men Evolution 9-issue miniseries is pretty good, near Shakespearean compared to the Marvel slop today. You are correct, Austin Harn. Cat G 3000 for $5. You all have been an absolute right. I read that one today, but it sounds good to hear it again. As boys, we had no idea how right we were about the no girls allowed rule. Then the damn hormones kicked in. Yeah, well, that's nature, buddy. That's nature. Girls in nothing but trouble. Did the Wicked Witch of the West put Lex up to it? Maybe. TJ Jordan, Modalicious for $5. Ed Norton can play the White Hulk. No gamma radiation needed. He's such a pure blood Hulk. What's up, Modalicious? In early Hollywood, a director's job was to just film the shots for a movie. Marvel is treating modern directors the same way, even big names. Yeah, they're hired guns. They're TV directors. So Marvel directors for movies are TV directors. That's why they're now just hiring TV directors. These things are produced. They're not made. They're cranked out as TV shows. And listen, I said the Thunderbolts is a streaming movie. And it's like, it's a mid-streaming movie. And I think I'm being kind. So, watch, they're going to have Sam defeat evil Hydra Cap. I absolutely think so, Joseph Salazar. I 100% think that's Chris Evans will come back as Hydra Cap and get defeated by Sam. That will be fucking horrible, by the way. And I think they are 100% going to do it. Clank, clank, I'm the tank. The only Bob I want to see is Hydra Bob, and I want a return to Jacksonville. I want to return to Jacksonville. Yes. TNA projects for $5. Thunderbolts cast on Google shows Daniel Bruhl, and Daniel Bruhl's Google filmography shows Thunderbolts. Yeah, because anybody can fill in that stuff. Should have been there. Fan Y for 50 Swedish krona. Disney Marvel can only achieve mediocre quality movies and call it successful at the box office. Yep. I mean, to be fair, look at what we've gotten at the box office. Not just from, it's like Disney, this is their biggest hit this year so far. Like Lilo and Stitch will destroy this. But so far, this is their biggest. No, it's not. I sit corrected. Captain African American is their biggest hit this year. Captain African American is. At least for now. Nightwalker Medicine for $5. Void could have been a proper Lovecraftian level villain. Exactly. But asking Marvel to do that would be like asking Lucasfilm to make a proper Darth Nihilus. Exactly. Like Void could be a really good villain in the Marvel universe, but every time they're presented with one, they fuck it up. Muse could have been a great villain. The High Evolutionary, they could have used him instead of Kang. He was a good villain. He was a good villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But they don't know what to do with good villains. They got rid of Red Skull, for fuck's sake. Recast him. He's in makeup. Who gives a shit? Gotham Guy for $5. I'm going to steal the Captain Parts of America line. Hope you don't mind, but it was too funny. Sure. Absolutely. I got to give Jeremy credit. He said one that was right fucking there, and nobody used it until he did an rando video. And it was Captain America Black New World. I'm like, oh, that was good, dude. That's a good one. Roland Dingo for 10 Canadian pesos. Silverback's back. Yes, he is. Is that streaming, guys? Is that streaming right now? I'm sure he is. So the next time Az streams, I mean, this is totally against terms of service. I want you to lightly ask him. Don't spam. Tell him to watch Mobland. Don't spam. That'll make him mad. And when you wouldn't like him when he's angry. I really enjoyed Thunderbolts, but a huge plot problem was that Kingpin's anti-vigilante task force would have kicked the shit out of Sentry. Yes, All Might for $5. Well, it was happening in New York when? Where was Sam Wilson? Where was Gaia? Was Doctor Strange off in an incursion, or was he back? Where was the Hulk? I mean, that's a big enough event to attract other superheroes. You guys are describing all the comics. There's always instances where heroes should be there and they're not. You're criticizing all of Marvel Comics. Gary should know better. There's always instances, Sharp, but I also read enough comics to where they account for that. They absolutely account for that in the comics. And that's what I'm saying, is they should account for it. So if you want to point out an instance where they didn't account for it, that's fine. But I'd say 9 times out of 10 in the glory days of Marvel Comics, their editorial was on fucking point. And they would say, well, the Hulk is currently in the desert right now, or Thor is off fighting blah, blah, blah. You know, they did that shit all the fucking time. So they accounted for it. So I disagree. And all you had to do was account for it. So the hero didn't have to show up. You just go, well, Cap's, in Abu Dhabi right now, protecting gays at Disneyland. That's all you have to do. Yeah, Hulk is somewhere in the desert, tripping off mushrooms in an Ang Lee movie. That's all you have to do. You account for it. Dude, the Fantastic Four were always out of town. They meant, I can't even tell you how many fucking times, like, especially in Avengers books and Fantastic, they would always go, they're in space. They're in another dimension. But thank you for the super chat. And I'm not going to say they do it every fucking comic book, but editorial at Marvel used to be really on top of that shit. Because you got to bring up the fact that, like, with all the shit that was going on in the X-Men, the Avengers should have been pretty much camped at the X-Men mansion all the time. And they weren't. Well, they explain it. And Marvel did play with the thought of completely ripping them out of the Marvel universe. They did think about that. Looking forward to the newest D+ slop starring Yelena Belova and the Red Room Diaries. That would have been better. War Van Eagle, $4.99. Heart Ponder for $5. If you're not meant to drink and drive, then how come you need a license to buy alcohol, Gary? Checkmate. Mr. I'm sober man now. You got me there. Adrian for $5. So Sam Wilson can sue over the Avengers trademark, but not over being denied a bank loan. I guess he got the bank loan. That's what I said. At least John Walker's kid didn't test positive for cocaine. Wow. Well, we don't know. They don't necessarily mention it in the movie. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for $5. John Walker did nothing wrong. I mean, aside from of course that wasn't, but John Walker did nothing wrong and he should be Captain America. He was one of the best characters in Thunderbolts and one of the best characters in that god-awful Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think Wyatt Russell does that character justice. And as much as they tried to write him like shit, he still comes out looking good. That baby was about to smoke crap. There you go. Sun's getting real low as welcome back. It's the Southeastern Kaiju for $1. Sharp for $9.99. Lead up. She felt a connection with him and knew the only way to confront him was to help, leading to a fantastic void dimension scene. You guys praise dated, corny slop like Burton Batman. Oh, now you lost me, Sharp. Now you lose me. Are you, Sharp? Thank you for the $9.99. Are you actually telling me that you found the Yelena trauma room scene with unfulfilled scenes? There's her sitting there drunk. I watched the movie twice, so let's debate this. Let's go. She revisited the girl she'd allowed out to slaughter with no real resolution other than you were young, and she saw herself drinking and then talked to Bob. There's your fucking lead up. Bob got into her head earlier on in the movie, and he saw her leading that kid to slaughter. So we saw the scene twice, but we don't see anything after that. We just see that it upsets Yelena. That is not sophisticated. That is surface level. Now, that's a good start. You can explore it more, but it didn't get explored more. It didn't. It got resolved with group hug. I need friends. And you're saying that is better than Tim Burton's Batman? You're barmy for $5. If quarter black was zero fourths black, this discussion would even be better. It failed us. There you go. War Van Eagle TV for $4.99. And as at the art museum that Ferris went to that day. He was, as a matter of fact. Oddly specific for $6.99. Depression isn't really, and all you need to heal is Jesus Christ. Depression is real. Oddly specific. Depression, because he meant to say depression isn't real. It is real. It is real. And there's different types, many, many different types. And there are ways to treat it. And that's one way. That's one way. Get a little spiritual, learn some gratitude, go through healing. So church is one way to deal with it. Therapy is one way to deal with it. Church and therapy is one way to deal with it. If your depression is brought on by drugs or alcohol, AA is a way to deal with it. And you can go to church and therapy too. You can do all those three things, but the way to deal with it is you have to work on it, and it gets better. I think it is absolutely horrible for some people. Like, it is horrible. So I would never minimize depression as much as they did in the Thunderbolts. As much as they did in the Thunderbolts. I think the stuff they did the best was with Bob and with Lewis Pullman's performance. So, and that's how you can get away with not showing as much stuff, is you can see it through the performance. But with me, Florence Pugh, just look, that's her facial expression. And I know she can act because I've seen her act in other things very well. So I got nothing against her. She's just a terrible fucking Black Widow. She's fucking Hobbit. I mean, they had her kick the shit out of fucking Hawkeye. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? And John Walker could have fucking knocked her head clean off. He's got super soldier serum. And she's no Natasha. She just isn't, who was the peak Black Widow. Stephen Yeun wouldn't even would have been a good Sentry. I think Lewis Pullman was a good Sentry. I think he was. He looked more like Sentry from the comics than Stephen Yeun. Varn for €5 says, my first super chat. All right. Greetings from the Baltics. All right. Oh, then you're near the Baltic Sea anomaly. Yes. Have been watching you since the Rings of Power for almost 3 years. You actually helped me get control over my life. How? No, you did, Varn. You did. I am just a retard with a mic. You did. But if we could help keep your mind off things for a little while, cool. TJ Jordan for $5. I'm curious, has there been any news on when Beyond the Spider-Verse and Fast and the Furious 11 will be released? It's been radio silence for both. Beyond the Spider-Verse is 2027. That is the last thing we have heard. And that announcement was about a month ago, I would say. About a month ago. TOH for $2. My girlfriend got a new job. Do I take her off the lease? Yes. She's your girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. It's horrible relationship advice. Don't take relationship advice from me. Yeah, it's just a girlfriend, dude. It's not like it's a wife. I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. Okay. TNA Projects for $5. How mad is Scarlett Johansson now that the MCU gave her Black Widow team leader role to Florence Pugh? I wonder if it was out of spite. Well, they really need to replace her because she ain't coming back. Ever. And I think there is a very good chance she'll get the last laugh when her Jurassic Park movie makes more than Fantastic Four. Could happen. I don't know about domestically, but I'm talking worldwide. Beefy five layer husbando for $5. At this point, they've built the bar into the floor and still tripped over it. They tripped over the bar. They did. I have a feeling James Gunn's Superman is going to make me wish we had gotten 3 more seasons of Superman and Lois like they originally planned. We'll find out. King of the Monsters, 1954 for $1.99. Where is my legendary greaser? Who's that? Baptist, 702 for $10. Marvel, maybe even DC might have to burn to the ground with new, better entertainment, comics, TV, movies, etc. Companies rising from the ashes. This will wipe the slate clean of all this nonsense. Well, I mean, yes. They can't do that though, because they have to set, like, what they should have done is after Endgame, they should have just let it sit for, 2 to 3 years. And they were forced to for a year. Remember, like WandaVision and everything would have come out right after Endgame. So what came out after Endgame was Spider-Man Far From Home. That was $1 billion movie worldwide. And then they had to take the year off because of COVID. And then they start phase fucking 4 with a dead character, with a dead fucking character and a prequel. And it was dumb. And they should have done a Black Widow movie long before. Completely agree with that. And it would have been fucking great if it was a rated R, violent. She uses her, uses every facet of her skills to get what she needs to get. But no, they had to make a Harvey Weinstein subjugating women, although it was a woman who subjugated women. They had to give her a midget sister to replace her with in her own movie where she was dead. And honestly, even in the shitty Hawkeye, I thought Yelena was better than that. And nobody cares about these characters. See, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a character-driven franchise. It is not a Marvel brand franchise. It is a character-driven franchise. Chris Evans, Captain America. Chris Hemsworth, Thor. Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. I'm not going to say Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, but best Hulk movie is the Avengers movie. Just is. It's also the best Black Widow movie. But we gave a shit about these characters. We gave a shit about the side characters. Nobody gives a shit about any of these characters. It's just window dressing. And that's the nicest I can put it right now. But what do they do now? What they're going to try to do is they need a success. They need a win. And that needs to be Fantastic Four. It never needed to be Thunderbolts. Like, them coming out there and saying this is our hard reset with Thunderbolts is a fucking joke. Okay. You got a bunch of Disney Plus characters in there. Please save it. What you mean is, but they're just trying to sell this movie right now. And it will be in the fucking rear view mirror in the dust once it already is. They did the poster in downtown LA. They had the Thunderbolts poster, and then they put the New Avengers over it. Day fucking later, they painted fucking Lilo and Stitch on it. So that's already in the rear view mirror, and they're looking to Fantastic Four, and they just can't wait to get to Avengers Doomsday. But they still have a Vision series coming out. There's still 2 more Marvel shows coming out too. Ironheart, Wonder Man, then a Vision series, then Spider-Man 4, which is going to come in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Yeah, but then what? Like, Robert Downey Jr. is not going to keep playing Doctor Doom. We'll see. But right now, I think everything's focused on these Avengers movies. And they need them to be massive hits. And they probably will be. They handled Sentry better here, unlike him overpowering Void mentally and chucking him into the sun like he did before. He only won through his mind, as beating the Void himself up won't help him. Just like real life. Brilliant, says Sharp for $19.99. Thank you. I really like the take on the Void in the movie. I did. I'm like, man, if they did more of that. I like villains with the calm, cool malevolence. You know, and it's not even evil. He was like floating there. He's like, aren't you tired? But then they just put him in the fucking trauma room. It's like, kill people. Remember, the Void set out, because they didn't know they were the same person for a long time. The Void sent out to kill as many people as the Sentry saved. Just to fuck with them. It's in the comics. If Dreyfus' character was deleted, movie is 10 out of 10. It would have made it better. Nandy Zero. She brought my grade way down with her fucking existence and her cringe fucking acting in it. Josh Kelsey has dropped $19.99. Thank you, sir. Instead of Thunderbolster, just wanted Thunderheart with Val Kilmer. Much better film. Also, hi, Az, if you're still here. The terrorist that Walker killed was still attacking Walker while he was fleeing. Terrorists threw a freaking statue across before Walker killed. He did. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for $5. Like, Walker did nothing wrong. That dude was an accomplice to murdering his partner. So what do you think? It was a stupid premise. It's a stupid premise. TJ Jordan for $5. While Snow White halted live action remakes, I fear the possibility of Lilo Stitch could restart if the film makes it to $1 billion. Oh, they're still going to remake animated films. I think they just stopped with Rapunzel because they were probably going to go woke with it and decided, well, we'll do it later. We'll scrap it and do it later. I think they do a live action Frozen. Like, why not? I'm surprised they haven't done it. I know they talked about it a lot, but like, I think more people would go to see Frozen than Rapunzel. Tangled. Did I see Tangled? I think I did. Ben, I fucking fell asleep. Ben Menagerie for $5 says, as you have to race about Expedition 33 to Razor when you have to race about Expedition 33 to Razor when he arrives. One of the best games in the last decade. Main writer is a woman and nobody cares. Hey, a woman wrote Penguin. It was fucking awesome. I tell you, I was listening to Open Bar talk about Andor. Sounds like I might even like it, but I checked out of Star Wars, and nobody's going to blame you. You owe them nothing. Sharp for $9.99 says Shad doesn't read comics. Sentry is exactly how he is in the comics. He's a schizophrenic freak with godlike powers. How Tony enticed him to help in World War Hulk proves that. And he lost his shit against the Hulk. Yeah, Shad reads the comics for sure. He does. But saying like that, what Shad was saying, Sharp, thank you for the $9.99. I think we were talking before the show and he said, well, this interpretation of the Void, that's not the Void in the comics. When it actually is. There is a version of the Void that's kind of shadowy with glowing eyes. There is, because he can shapeshift. He could be this giant monster. He's an all-powerful fucking villain. What Thor's had to throw him in, Bob, and you defeat the Void by defeating Bob. Thor's had to throw him into the sun. That's how you kind of do it. And but hey, Sharp, are you a fan of diverse disabled girl Sentry? Are you a fan of that? So Bob eventually, his sidekick, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going off fucking memory here. That's not great. Sidekick stole powers to get his powers back. Bob's powers attached themselves to some rando fucking black girl in a wheelchair. And she becomes they changed the name, but she becomes basically the next Sentry. And that gave it a really messy memory rundown of that. But there you go. James the Mando for $5. Had my 49th birthday yesterday and just returned from Japan, where I wore my FNT hat every day, everywhere I went. Cheers. Thank you, James. TNA projects for $10. What if the events of Aliens Earth inspired Earth to develop Skynet and the Terminators to fight the Xenomorphs? That might later draw the Predators to fight a tougher Terminator prey. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if it was it was in Predator, where they're connecting the Xenomorphs and even ID4. I wouldn't put it beyond Disney to put them in a shared universe. I wouldn't at all. I wouldn't at all. Well, no, Predator is for sure. Predator is going to be like they're setting up Alien versus Predator. And I don't want fucking Disney to do it. I don't. I'll just read the comic books. They're fucking great. Rusty Shackleford for $5. Jeremy likes Interstellar. What? Wait, no. What did you say? What did you say? Jeremy likes Interstellar?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I've never heard that before. Next thing you're going to tell me he likes Titanfall 2 and Nintendo. And Alabama. And Culver's. We certainly don't need his tarred take on therapy bolts. Aw, Jeremy liked it. So did Sharp. A lot of people liked it. The editor on my video liked the movie. Fucking Epic Mike liked it after talking all that shit about Daredevil. He fucking liked Thunderbolts. I'm like, what? And he wasn't wrong about Daredevil. I hear you, Epic Mike. This is normal nerd talk, by the way. And I missed it. I miss it when we have a good disagreement on a movie. Ain't the first time it's happened here. You know, I unapologetically like the Snyder Cut. I ain't gonna call it good or cinema, but for schlocky superhero stuff, I'm fucking there for it. Ezra Miller sucks as the fucking Flash, though, and Gal Gadot can't act. But I think it's just for those moments, rare moments of Henry Cavill Superman doing Superman shit and Batman fucking just murdering the shit out of people. But oh man, what a waste! Ben Affleck could have been such a great. He was a great Batman, but he needed better. I would have loved to have seen his take on the movie. Oh well. Rochester PD is looking into potential charges against her. This is, by the way, this is the Buffalo school system from Roscoe for $10. Charges for what? Using a word. Oh no, this is the girl who used the N-word. Sorry, my bad. I got it mixed up with something else. A succulent 6-letter word. Get your hand off my bag. Get your hand off my penis. Democracy manifest. Rest in peace, man. You've never seen that clip? Come on. That is one of the most famous fucking clips ever on the internet. A succulent Chinese meal? Fucking back when Howard was good, he'd play that all the time. I'm gonna pause on the new ones. We're almost done with the new ones, but and then old ones, and then get to the new ones. So give me just a second. We're gonna do a couple more. Roscoe for $10. Oh, I read that one. You should watch House of David. The series is from Amaz, and it is average, but most impressive thing about it is all the special effects are done by AI. It's terrible in a sense. I almost die. Oh wow, okay, but I should watch it. Doge for $5. I know you focused on live action Marvel D+ shows, but Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur deserves a dishonorable mention for trying to indoctrinate kids. You know, someday when I wrap it all up and do a more thorough Marvel video, because I have a couple that will require so much work, so they have to be evergreen. I'll watch it, dude. So the insane things I really don't fucking need to do. So the only reason I watched Andor all the way through, I had promised Mahler, but then the fucking the rape thing happens, and I'm like, well, I'm not just gonna watch the fucking scene, so I'm gonna keep my promise to Mahler, and I'm gonna watch it all. So I watched it all in one fucking day, and I came back, because Mahler's been telling me to watch it. So I came back to Mahler. I'm like, you know what, dude? I still think the first episodes are boring as fuck. I think there's a bunch of characters I don't care about, but I could see how like people like it because it's earnest. It's not goofy fucking Filoni gay Star Wars. Like, it's earnest. It tries to be something, for me anyway. Little too many girl bosses, but Luthen and Andy Serkis's character in the prison were fucking great. And it's like, honestly, this is the take you should have started with. Like, absolutely started with. That being said, so that's why I watched the whole thing and then watched the other 3 episodes before I came out with just so I'd see the full context of that fucking scene. Right. And it's probably stupid, but that's how I do it. Like, so if I'm going to like do an extensive video, you're right. There's like, I haven't seen I Am Groot. I haven't seen all of Miss Marvel, and I haven't seen Moo Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I don't think I didn't watch What If season 3 either. And not much of season 2, most of the animated shit. But outside of Miss Marvel, I watched everything Marvel, like everything. Just so I know, because you know what? I don't want to be making, I mean, they're just opinions, but I want to make sure they're based on as much knowledge as I can take in as possible. Plus, I've been watching fucking terrible shit all my life and roasting it. It has not worked to me. I watch terrible shit all the time. Sometimes I leisurely watch terrible shit to laugh at. It's because it's fun. Also, watch a lot of good stuff. What am I going to watch tonight? I think I'm going to watch Serenity tonight. UK Outlaw for 10 British pounds. Has Az come back to FNT? That's great. He has through July. So for pretty much through the summer, through midsummer, he is here. He is back on FNT. Or for $1. Thank you very much. Hopefully I didn't sound as retarded as Beardo. TJ Jordan for $5. This is one of 2 parts. Now that Jamie Lee Curtis has gotten 2 chances to finish Laurie Strode's story, I would love to see Danielle Harris return to finally give Jamie Lloyd an actual proper conclusion to make up for Halloween 6, especially since the 50th anniversary is only 3 years away. Fucking 2 years away from 50 years of Star Wars and Halloween. Yeah. You know, I am a fucking massive John Carpenter fan. And I got to say, and like, I know Tom from Midnight's Edge will freak out of this. Halloween is not even close to being my favorite movie by him. Not even fucking close. I appreciate it for its simple brilliance. I am not the biggest slasher horror fan, and this might make people mad, but I always leaned a little towards Friday the 13th because it was just stupid. I understand the artistry of Halloween over Friday the 13th because there was an actual artistry to that. John Carpenter is a fucking legend and in my top 5 favorite directors of all fucking time. I'm just saying Halloween is not my favorite movie by him. It's Big Trouble in Little China and will always be Big Trouble in Little China. I think that is a masterpiece of a movie that didn't do well at the theater. Aegon the Based for 125 Martian pesos. Ching Chong Bing Bong X-Ray Girl. And welcome back. Please invite Kirsha. Oh, we'll bring her back. Oh, with Savvy? Oh, not that. Maybe Snarky J. We have invited Snarky J, and we'll invite her again. She had some family stuff come up the last time she was going to come on. But we'll invite her if she wants to come on. I like Snarky J. She did a really good video on the tariffs. Go watch her video on the tariffs. Well done. Well done, Snarky J. So you and Chrissy can take over and be FNT. All right. So if we all take the day off and I somehow, I think Kirsha will come back. Maybe. I mean, she did a great job on the show. She's great. So we do. Oh, you guys would hate me forever, and not because of Kirsha, not because of Snarky J, not because of Chrissy or X-Ray Girl. Savvy. Now I like Savvy. I think Savvy's funny. I get her humor. She's a degenerate bird woman. And I respect that. I respect that. And I always have. Always have. But I think you guys might hate me for that one. So I think we should do it. I'm just kidding. TNA Projects for $10. First time super chat. It's not your first. Well, maybe it is because I'm reading them backwards. Vanessa Kirby says she was inspired by the comics, including Malice. Do you think Malice will be part of the Fantastic Four movie? Not this one, but the fact that they're mentioning it means that they will eventually do it. And Malice could be great, but you need to build to that. You can't, it's like starting with Dark Phoenix. You don't start with Malice. Malice is something you build to that could be lots of fun and brilliant if they build towards it. Glippy for $7.99 Australian. Solo leveling is garbage, boring characters, no plot, and generic action. It's only liked for its animation. Anyway, love you guys. Even you, Shad. Wow, Glippy. Even you, Shad. Solus Prime for $10. Welcome back as the only good New Zealander besides Shad, of course. I agree with that. All right, so we're gonna get let's get to some new stuff. Oh my goodness. That was way more than I expected. Okay, we're gonna get some new stuff. We have about oh wait. Okay, guys, sorry. We only had like 3 more to go. What the fuck? All right. How did we miss that? All right. I have to write it. We missed $100 one. That's fucking unforgivable. Hang on. Let me chew somebody out. Please send it to send it. God, I can't type to FNT tomorrow. So we'll read this tomorrow on FNT too. I just gotta fucking. Oh wait, I caps. Oh shit. Sorry. Didn't mean to yell. Although I actually do. I try not to yell at people though. That's not cool. And it's from DJ. Okay, DJ for $100. And we missed it, so we fucking suck. Sorry, DJ. Hollywood can burn, but I truly didn't expect them to do such a thorough job themselves. Like they can be competent now. You have to, DJ, you have to try to fail as much as Hollywood has. And I got a video percolating in my head. We'll see if it comes to fruition. If you want to really get in the weeds, it's kind of related to the tariffs, a little bit of old news. It's more about like how the tariffs aren't going to fucking help at all. And I don't think they can be implemented, but we all know why Donald Trump did it. Donald Trump introduced them to get people to the bargaining table. That's what he does. That's why he's smarter than Hollywood, although Hollywood thinks they're smarter than him. And he's fucking freaked them out with one post. But if it gets more Americans working at the end, mission accomplished. I also have a buddy of mine. He works on some pretty big shows. And I read it on the Nooner with Chris. You can go check it there. He pretty much broke it down from the he's basically what they call a below the line worker, been in Hollywood for a long time. He's one of the better ones. So he's worked with Taylor Sheridan. He worked on The Last of Us season 1. He worked on Army of the Dead, just to name a few. Army of the Dead sucks, and he knows it, by the way. I don't like Last of Us, but he's worked on a lot of shit, and he broke down like why, like it's good that they're getting him to the table, and very quietly, all the working class, the vast majority of the working class in Hollywood is with him on this one. Now, I don't really have a problem with like UK workers or anything. Nobody wants to take your job either. But it might be in your best interest just to come to America right now. But yeah, they had to try really fucking hard. And the thing is, it's been going on for years, right? Years and years and years and years and years. This decline has been going, like, it didn't start recently, but what hastened it quickly were 3 major factors. One, they never acknowledge. So, abandoning revenue streams for streaming, embracing mediocrity through DEI, complacency through DEI, and getting rid of meritocracy. A little caveat is fucking a little extra here, a little asterisk for you Thunderbolts fans, is shutting down your industry twice in 5 years. But the long-term effects were embracing identity politics, basically, which got rid of meritocracy, going all in on streaming when you had no fucking plan, and being fucking woke. And that encompasses the foundation of sand you built your industry on, which is there to make money. And that's the one. So being woke is you chose a side. Being woke is you bought into identity politics. Being woke is you bought into intersectional feminism, which are 2 Marxist beliefs, by the way. You have gotten rid of masculinity. By the way, lots of dudes buy movie tickets, watch TV shows. More dudes buy merchandise when it comes to genre than women do, even if you count the tchotchkes and the bullshit. It was the foundation of your fucking failure. The message, if that is a more comfortable word for some people, the message. And that's what hastened your demise. You ended up alienating instantly half of the audience, which you couldn't afford to lose. The end. And do you get it back? Short answer is no, you don't. You can get some back. You're never going to get all of them back. And you're going to have to do something that, quite frankly, corporate America doesn't like to do. Contract. Somehow, Az returned for $2. Silverback, baby. Fuck yeah. So happy to see Az back. Yelena Disparu called. He wants his lesbian haircut back. Thank you, DJ, again. Luckfeld for $10. It's a sad sign when the biggest movies and games of 2025 came out 20 years ago. Is there any way for big entertainment companies to right the ship? Doge-style teardowns or time to start fresh? I think they're trying, but like they need a Doge-style, Twitter-style teardown. Like Marvel did lay off people. Marvel did commit to the purge. Marvel has talked about turning things around a lot. Bob Iger has talked about quality over quantity a lot. I have heard a lot of talk. I have not seen any action to change my mind yet. None. Zero. I could certainly say yeah, Thunderbolts is better than Daredevil. It's better than Captain America. Will it be better than it'll be better than Ironheart. I think that's a safe prediction. You know what it's not better than? The worst fucking Marvel phase 1 through 3 films. I'd rather watch Iron Man 3 than Thunderbolts. I'd rather watch The Incredible Hulk than the Thunderbolts. I'd rather watch Thor Dark World than the Thunderbolts. Mechanism Studios for $20. Hey, Gary and crew. I have a graphic novel in the works, and I am making music to go with it. I currently have 2 songs released under the band name Shadow Mechanism. Good name on Spotify. Thank you. And you guys are the best. So again, go check out Shadow Mechanism. Not a bad name. Not a bad name. Now we get to the new stuff. We finished up there. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Yeah, like DC has such a great opportunity if they made a good Superman movie to just finally get their revenge against Marvel. We'll find out. Hey, maybe the Fantastic Four is great. Maybe the female Silver Surfer's in it for 5 minutes and gets killed horribly. We can only hope. We can only hope. But I was thinking, like, what's more girl bossy, Thunderbolts or Daredevil? They're close. I'd have to leave that one up to the chat. But to credit Thunderbolts a little, the girl bossy is kind of top heavy and goes away as the movie goes on. Well, other than fucking Julia Louis-Dreyfus fucking snarking her way through doing her fucking Selena Meyer impression badly. So yeah, but God, there's some fucking cringe at the end of Daredevil. Holy fuck. I say myself that that's bad. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Matthew Hammond asks, have I seen Star Wars Meets Full Metal Jacket? I have not, but I will. Is it like on YouTube? I'll find it. It is Lee Ermey voicing over Darth Vader. Okay, I'll find it on YouTube. That sounds fucking wonderful. May he rest in peace. Tearing the Black for $4.99. Hey, Gary, one question. Dallas meetup. I'm going to Dallas for at least a day for Saturday. I don't know if there's going to be a meetup. I will be at the con, and I think I can comfortably say I'll be at the Rippaverse table. Otherwise we can like meet at the con, but as far as like me booking a place and doing a meetup, I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't right now. We have listen, everybody's got their own problems out there. Okay. We had a death in the family a couple months ago, and my wife, it was my wife's brother, and she is still handling his affairs because he had a lot of stuff, a lot of properties and stuff. Plus both my kids were up there going up in Wisconsin, going to school and living with him. So my wife, who has a full-time job with Nerdrotic, is now the executor, the trustee, not the executor, the trustee, and she's trying to deal with that stuff. And it's gonna be a couple more months. So it's really kind of impossible for us to plan stuff. I apologize. Normally we would do some kind of meetup, but we just can't this year. Sorry. Not until we get that. And that is going to take as long as it's going to take, you know, and I might have to go back up there, you know, just to support her and stuff, because that's what I should do. But we love your enthusiasm, and I'll see you at the con. I'll be at the con. Me and Garrett will be there, and Eric will be there. I imagine a Soska sister. I don't want to speak out of turn though, but we can find a place to hang. Okay, Taryn, is that cool? We can find a place to hang. Fucking love you, Gary. Thanks for being some of my inspiration for sobriety, Dubs. Dude, it's all you, baby. It's all you. But thanks, man. Thanks for being a new member too. But it is all you. That is your strength. Rising out of the shadows for one last fair morning. Everybody loves that story. They do. They do. And the strength it takes, especially with, listen, people are going to think what they think, Dubs. heard it all my life, you know, as far as being a drug addict. And it's like, pull yourself up by the boot heels and just have, just use the willpower. I wish it was that fucking easy. I do. But once you get sober and you start doing what the actual work, because the drugs and alcohol are just a symptom of a much deeper problem, which can include depression and other things. But they can be worked out over time, and life gets instantly better being sober first. That's where you start. But then you have to kind of work on the why was I drinking too much? Why was I doing too many drugs anyway part, which can be difficult. Don't expect to get it right the first time. Say if you're doing your steps, I do them over and over again. Over and over again. Constant maintenance. Constant vigilance, too. Good luck, man. Corn Pop for $4.99. What's up, Mr. Neurotic? Your chat is a little slow. Nerdrotic +1. If I do 2 squared by 1, I gotta pee. Are you there? Yes and no. Corn Pop's a bad dude. Thanks for the $4.99. Alfeldnar for $5. So there are a lot of books to get into. A good starting point before 40K is 30K. The start of the Horus Heresy and Horus Rising. Okay, I've heard that before. And I just want to like dive into the world, into the books. I don't want like offshoots. I want, is there a main story? Like what's the general consensus of the main story? Will there be a meetup at San Diego Comic-Con? There could be. I mean, that's late enough. And if you just heard me, but my wife, if we're done by July, there could be, but July is going to be fucking crazy busy. Eric K. Gary's balls can only be seen on Only Gary. It is the balls he throws for the puppy, but he bought them. That's true. I miss my dog, man. Eric, you don't even know how much I miss my dog. Like, we got this new dog late last year, Remy, this chocolate lab. And I haven't seen her for like 2 months, and it sucks, man. I see other people's dogs, and I'm like, I get sad. Corn Pop, thanks for the 199 super sticker. Man United in the Europe League final. Sod Spurs. Is that Thomas? Is that your little soccer team? I'm glad they won. I'm glad they won. What? Man United? Is that Manchester United soccer team, right? Go Manchester United. I think my favorite British soccer team, I don't even know if they're in the same fucking league. I don't know how your divisions or leagues. It's not fucking as is gay Crystal Palace. It's the Hammers. Because somebody got me a bunch of Hammers merch. And I have it hanging in my wall. So that's my favorite team. Plus, it's also the question, the answer to a question when Monty Python was doing the game show with all the communists. And they were just asking him sports questions. That was pretty funny. It's the Hammers. The Hammers. I'm glad Manchester United, isn't that like the Yankees of soccer? Are they the Yankees of soccer? Am I right there? Am I just pissing off every one of my Brits right now? Isn't Man like the best team money could buy, or they used to be? Am I sure it's a London team? Somebody got me the gear. So that became my team. I'm like, I've never cared, but somebody got me the gear, but took the time to buy me the gear. And I'm like, all right, that's my team. I know it's London. I know. Josh from Den of Nerds is making a Warhammer channel. You should ask him to join in for a video so he can introduce you to the lore, says Shlomi Leaner for $4.99. I wish him luck. I don't know if Josh from Den of Nerds likes me. I don't care, but yeah, shit gets sit on the internet. I don't take it seriously. I really don't. Other than Thunderbolts and Edge of Tomorrow, can you think of any movie changing titles during its theatrical release? I think somebody mentioned like X-Men X2, X-Men United. I honestly don't remember that name changing, to be honest with you. But no. It should have stayed Live, Die, Repeat, by the way. Edge of Tomorrow sounds like a fucking soap opera. It's a great movie, though. It's a great movie. Yeah, in living memory, no. I'm sure it's happened, and maybe I forgot it from decades ago, but no. And like, as far as marketing is concerned, I'm not saying it's even stupid at all. But what it does look like, especially since the opening weekend. Now, I've heard Ryan's take on this, and I don't know if I completely agree with this. I think if it was, I think they would have gotten shit, but I think if it was called the New Avengers, I think it would have had a better opening weekend. Slightly better. I think they should have just called it the fucking New Avengers, because the New Avengers exist in the comics, and at least one guy on the fucking team was a New Avenger eventually. Now, Ryan also pointed out that they don't become the New Avengers until the very fucking end of the movie. But I don't think I think it's something different to do. And I think it's kind of like, listen, Thunderbolts fans, I don't want to break your heart here. Marvel sees this as a complete throwaway movie. It was something that's leading into Doomsday. Oh, and like now they want the director to do X-Men because it's critically acclaimed or whatever. They're not going to follow through with that. They did the same shit with the Shang-Chi director, who was supposed to do Kang Dynasty, and now he's doing Spider-Man. But it's all banking on Fantastic Four, baby, and Doomsday. Anything, if they make any money off of, if they made any money off of Thunderbolts and Captain African American, it'd be gravy to them, but they weren't expecting it, like, at all. At all. And you know what? Even what's funny is the people who like the Thunderbolts, at least we all can come to agreement that John Walker did nothing wrong, and everybody's liking John Walker. And I'm all for that. I am all for that. Hail John Walker. But yeah, changing titles. I can't remember, but maybe it was. Joe Uber Geek. What's up, Joe? How's it going, buddy? Good coverage on Doctor Who, by the way. Team America 2, 9/11 versus 7/11 times 1,000. Go check out Joe the Uber Geeks channel. Stargate gets better after Emancipation 1. After Emancipation, I promise. I know. I'll stick with it. I've told you my excuse, Matthew. It's a long commitment. It's not like, hey, go check out Babylon 5. There's a few seasons, some specials. It's not like, hey, go check out Farscape. It's like 4 seasons and some specials. Now, hey, check out Stargate. It's like 7,000 episodes of television. That's a fucking huge commitment. But it sounds fun to eventually get into. Battle Mage Nerd has become a YouTube member. Thank you, Battle Mage Nerd. Hello, sir. A Cuban here. AMA. Greetings. Hopefully, Cuba gets back into the fold, someday. Japanese Demon Lord Abir Lucifer for $5. We're basically in the Weimar Germany part of history repeating itself. Hopefully what happened after doesn't happen again. I hope not. History tends to repeat itself, though. Silent Bob Ross for $10. As there is a new pope, possibly the last, Petra floods. Yeah, I did. I saw Petra flood. I might be going to Petra. War between nuclear powers breaks out. I have one question before the end of the world. How do the 3 seashells work? I don't fucking know. I have one question. Will we get can George just finish the Winds of Winter? For fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't know if are India and Pakistan still fighting. I mean, I wasn't paying attention today. It could have been a skirmish that ended already, and hopefully that's all that happens, man. Because Silent Bob Ross, the Seven Seals are being cracked, baby. Dubs gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Cheers. Thank you, Dubs. By the way, I like that movie, The Seventh Seal, with Demi Moore. I think it's a good movie. Stone the Infidel, win cute camel plushie at Disney Abu Dhabi's Adventure Zone, says Nick Proney for $4.99. Hey, Gary, keeping on, brother. And again, like, listen, United Arab Emirates, I don't care if they have a fucking Disneyland there. I was just pointing out the hypocrisy. I don't give a shit if they like do business wherever the fuck you like. I'd actually love to go visit Dubai someday. It looks trippy, man. It looks trippy. Hey, Gary, keep it on. Thank you, Flav. Thank you, Flav. Kenneth LaRocca, Disney's famed Imagineers are working for Universal. I heard they did poach a lot. Like, Disney's big right now. Biggest entertainment company in the world until YouTube passes them up soon. But Disney's big because they own a lot of property. Our boy Valiant's talked about the financial aspects of this a lot, and I highly recommend you. He knows about that shit and cares about it, and I mostly don't. But I just care about like what they put out and the quality of it. And Disneyland was part of my life forever, and the quality. I know there's a lot of Disney World kids there, and listen, I've never set foot in there, never will. But I think Disneyland gets shat on a lot, and because of it, it's small, but like that's the charm of Disneyland. It is so compact, but there's so much cool shit there, and the charm. It like what I've heard. The comparison is Disney World's much bigger and better, but it's sterile compared to fucking Disneyland in California, which is just packed with, well, for one, pure Walt Disney. But I mean, a long time ago, they fucked up Pirates of the Caribbean and made it politically correct. And honestly, I just don't think they have enough shit that's interesting. Universal, on the other hand, has a lot more shit that's interesting and might branch out. Like, if we already heard something with the Tolkien estate, but and believe me, like J.R.R. Tolkien never wanted his shit in an amusement park. He said as much when he was alive, and his son was against it too. I'm not. So if they did a Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings land, of course I'd fucking go. Now, would J.R.R. Tolkien and Christopher be spinning in their graves? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Now, if they put some Rings of Power shit in there, like Hobbit won't be a deal breaker. Rings of Power shit would be a deal breaker. Then I wouldn't go. But if they did a Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings park, holy fuck, I'd go. Hell yes, I'd go. And they did that at Universal Orlando, and that wouldn't be as big as Epic Universe and all the Nintendo shit. Like they have more options than Disney. They are free to license outside. Disney's way too proprietary. And I've been to Universal, and it's fucking fun. It's legit fun. Good time. The modern American education system is modeled after the outdated Prussian model. Unless that is fixed, these problems will never go away. You're right. Well, they want you on the dole. Hey, well, you pay your taxes. We'll take care of your schooling, and we'll indoctrinate your children while you're at work. Paying your taxes, paying us to indoctrinate your children. And look at teachers now. Remember when teachers were old? They're all fucking kids now who just don't want to leave school. Saudi DL, do you have gay rides located on all the rooftops? Maybe. There is just totally unrelated. There is a roller coaster on the Stratosphere. Is that still going? The one that's on the top that goes around? Yeah. In better news, Clarkson Farm season 4 trailer dropped. Yes, it did. Love you, Gary. No homo. I hope all is getting settled with your recent family tragedy. Y'all are in my prayers. Looking forward to the book. Thanks, Bubba Doom. Love you too, man. Been around a long time, Bubba Doom. Ryan Charlton for $5. Wait, you're not supposed to trash a movie or say other scenes could be cut. Weird. WG for $10. Jihad Mouse, Gaddafi Duck, Usama Bin Goofy are just a sampling of the characters you can enjoy when visiting the new Abu Dhabi Disney. Thank you for the $10. Mad Diff, looking for recommendation parts of Doctor Who. I've only seen most of the Tenet and a touch of Eccleston because it was on Sci-Fi in the mid-2000s. Well, definitely continue on to the Matt Smith era, because Matt Smith has just gone up the list quite a bit, and now he's my favorite modern Doctor over David Tennant. Those are good stories, and you could stop at the 50th anniversary. I love Peter Capaldi. There's a couple of good episodes, but most of his stuff, particularly 9 and 10, not very good. For classic Doctor Who, this is how I did it. Brits might get mad, but this is how I did it because, yes, in the beginning, I was very adverse to the black and white because, listen, I'm a troglodyte. What can I say? I have no explanation, no excuse. So and this is what I grew up on, because I like during when I was watching Doctor Who as a kid, it was all fucking out of order. And pretty much all I ever saw was the 4th Doctor, the 3rd Doctor, and some of the 5th Doctor in that order. I didn't see 6th or 7th Doctor stuff until I got fucking VHSs of it. But that's pretty much what I saw on PBS. But when I started starting it in order, started watching it in order, I started with the 3rd Doctor and just did I recently did a rewatch from the 3rd Doctor all the way up, and it's really good. And it sucks because and I've watched a bunch of 1st Doctor adventures. I own some, and 2nd Doctor, but there's not much, especially of the 2nd Doctor, and they're trying to find them and they're redoing them now. But I would definitely, I mean, since you've already seen the new stuff, I would go to Matt Smith, but then I'd jump back to John Pertwee, to the 3rd Doctor, because he's fucking underrated. I know he gets a lot of love from the Brits, but I'm just saying with Americans. Okay. John Pertwee was the fucking man. He was the Doctor who got laid. Gary, are there any upcoming 4Ks you are looking forward to? I just pre-ordered Sean Connery James Bond collection. I ordered that as well. I do believe, isn't The Rock coming out? I'm looking forward to The Rock. I do believe I heard Con Air. So like The Rock and Con Air, I want, I just got Tombstone. Here, let me check my pre-orders, because I have the James Bond one. Oh Lord, I ordered that. Arriving May 27th is Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow in 4K. It'll probably have a terrible transfer. And my James Bond collection will be arriving June 10th. June 10th. And I would just kind of pick it up here and there. I picked up The Doors on 4K. It's one of my favorite Val Kilmer movies. God, I know there's something out there that I pre-ordered and I can't remember it. That's better. But the Tombstone one was good. The Rock is a James Bond film. You are not wrong. I 100% agree. Yeah, that Sean Connery James Bond collection. Hell yeah. I want to get a Roger Moore one and a Pierce Brosnan one and a Timothy Dalton one. And I have Casino Royale in 4K. I won't get any other. That's the only Daniel Craig one I can actually sit through. I guess Skyfall's all right, but it's just, yeah. Are you getting fat electrician and angry cops on FNT sometime? Yes, Ian Carroll's angry cops. I didn't know this until Eli told me, but he watches our stuff and I fucking love him. And it's a surprise to hear that, but it's an honor. But yes, we will. Love those guys. There are mandated reporters and they are mandated reporters and they should be jailed, says Threat for $1.99. Yes. They are supposed to report when children are being abused, and they're not. They should be in fucking jail, Jacob, 100%. Ian Carroll's for $2. Also, where can I get that Star Trek shirt? I'll have to ask my wife. She got it for me. I'll ask my wife where she got it. Send an email, Ian. Send an email to Gary at nerdrotic.com. She'll see it before I do. And just put Star Trek. Where did you find the green Star Trek shirt? She'll tell you. Sorry, this is off topic, brother. Never apologize, Brad, man. It's okay. Thank you for the $19.99. And I'm sure you have talked about this before, but what did you do to lose a ton of weight in like a month? Also, what is your best Batman run? Okay, so my favorite Batman run is basically from year one into the fucking well into the 500s. So it's not a story, it's that whole fucking run. I read that. Came out when I was a teenager. It blew my fucking mind. And that is my favorite Batman run. So Batman, the main comic, year one, you can even go start at 400. Fuck it. Start at 400 and go into the Kelly Jones covers and you're good. What did I do to lose a bunch of weight in a month? I've told that story before. My sponsor, who is also he's a men's health physician. I got a physical and I was told I was obese, and I don't think I've ever been told that in my life. And this happened when I was getting sober. So after I relapsed, I got sober, I gained a bunch of weight. And clarity started coming back, and it just the fact that he called me like officially obese, I'm like, fuck that. What can I do about it right now? Like right now. So he gave me a thing called Core Restore, but it's not like some magic formula that's going to work without you doing work. That's not how it works. So he gave me something called Core Restore, which was basically a liver cleanse fasting thing. And followed the instructions. It's a 7-day cleanse. First 3 days, you don't eat any food at all. And pretty much for that first week, you're not eating a lot of food. I went a little crazy with it and doubled everything. Doubled absolutely everything. So I pretty much went most of the month without eating a solid meal. I had little snacks, almonds, like removed all sugar, all salt, nothing. I drank fucking water, ate almonds, and had fucking protein shakes for like a month. And I dropped 50 pounds in a month. But I also exercised every day, sometimes twice a day. So I went to the gym like every other day. I was going twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. Mix up my workouts, minimum 1 hour cardio, both morning and night, along with weightlifting. So that's what I did. Gina Ortiz sucks. Pablo for San Antonio mayor. Yes, I agree with that. Andor is despite Disney Star Wars. I that's a great way to describe it. Taker 16. Hail Gary, what is a good resource for estimating the values of comics and the collectibles I am interested in shopping for? Shit. There's a guide, but honestly, the best resource in the world is completed auctions on eBay. And I was using that for way back, even in my comic store. Completed auctions on eBay. That is real-time sales. You could also, like with comics, adjust that with the guide, but honestly, I think the guide's outdated now. I think it's completely outdated. Completed sales of what you desire on eBay is still a great way to measure of the value of a collectible. Unless it gets way up there, and then you might want to check completed auctions on like heritage auctions and stuff like that. Thank you, Neil. Eric Stratton for 777. Sure hope JD3PO doesn't clip your glasses logo with music to for 120 seconds. By the way, Jay actually reminds me of Paul Harvey. Really? Jay reminds me of a lot of things, not Paul Harvey. I was thinking Forrest Gump. Simple Jack. Yeah. Paul Harvey. I'm honestly shocked they didn't introduce Blue Marvel yet. He fits perfectly of what they are trying to do. Shlomi Leaner for $4.99. Wait a minute. Blue Marvel is in Ironheart, isn't he? Because you bring that up, and I'm like, wait a minute. He was supposed to be in a project. Blue Marvel, I remember reading Blue Marvel was in. So you might be talking about that, Shlomi. Wasn't Blue Marvel supposed to be in Ironheart? No, okay, no. It's God damn it. Where was Blue Marvel supposed to be? God, I know God, I read it somewhere. Maybe it was just a fucking rumor. It's not Ironheart. Yeah, it was just probably some dumb rumor. My memory's not as good. The Hood's going to be in Ironheart. That's right, the Hood. I'll fuck that up. Paladin is going to be in Vision. Can't wait to see all the Paladin experts coming out of the woodwork. You know who's playing him? You want to hear who's playing him? Anybody know in the chat who's playing Paladin in the Vision Quest series? In Vision, it's called Vision Quest for now. The Paladin, yes. The Paladin is being played by Todd Stashwick for Picard Season 3 from 12 Monkeys. Does the carpet match the drapes? This is for this is a one. This is for Az and Razor Fist. Well, yeah, they both wax. So yes, I would say yes. Thanks for being authentic, Gary. Andrew Cram for $50. Don't know any other way. Sometimes our opinions might not line up. And that's all right. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I'm too old to do that. I don't care. Like I've said before, I'd rather fucking shut this channel down than lie to you. I call it like I see it. Sometimes I'm wrong. sometimes our opinions will not line up, and it's okay. Andrew, thank you, brother. Thank you for the 50. Rusty Shackelford for $5 says, I'm late, but not gay. Supermarines Omnibus 1 and 2 is your book to start to 40K. We finally got you. Well, damn it. Nerdrotic, how do you feel if Michael Bay directed an Iron Man movie? I would be okay with it. With Tony Stark? With the recast Tony Stark? Let's fucking go. In a different, like, if we all got sucked through a mini black hole at CERN and we're a different universe where Disney Marvel doesn't suck. Throwing in for calling it a nooner. Sweet. Thank you. It's the oldest live stream we have. The nooner. Gary, what's your least favorite Iron Maiden album? Oh, I a lot of their newer shit I have not listened to. Let me look at the list. I'm going to say Killers. I don't think my mind's changed on that one. You see, I like Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. I was like, maybe. No, I like Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. I'll say my favorite is Killers. I have to get back to you on the least favorite. It would probably be one of their newer ones that I honestly haven't listened to. I pretty much just stuck with their old stuff. Listen, Andrew, like when metal bands reach a certain age, I know there's some commitment with a lot of people. I just don't fucking go there. I'm like, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear like I love seeing them live and stuff, but I don't want to hear Judas Priest take with a new fucking album. I'm not interested. I'm just not in any way, shape, or form. It's like they fucking old. And I love Judas Priest. I do. And I just saw the Scorpions a couple years ago. 80 fucking years old Scorpions, and they were great. But yeah, I don't buy their new shit. I just don't. Thank you, Andrew. The only way to save DC movies is to introduce Snowflame and just make a film about Red Lantern Cat and make it all merch sales. Yeah, that's a really strange choice with their Green Lantern show, which who's writing the Green Lantern show? Oh God, who is writing James Gunn's Lantern show? I remember it being somebody Oh no! Oh, never mind. All excitement gone. I thought I heard that name attached to it. Fucking A. Tom King and Damon Lindelof from the fucking Watchmen show. GOA, baby. Fucking Damon Lindelof is one of the most overrated fucking hacks in Hollywood. Complete fucking hack. Jar Jar Abrams offshoot. Spawn. And Tom King still breastfeeds. Hey, Gary, remember the homeless houseboat flotilla in Sausalito? Officials pulled 4,000 pounds of trash from the cove, but Newscomb totally will fix it. Yes, oh my God. Sausalito, California. That's where all the gay boys have their boats. The Napski for $9.99. Fuck Disney Plus. Warhammer Plus confirmed in the new Astartes 2 series coming out in 2026. The official teaser trailer, which is 1 minute and 30 seconds long on YouTube. Warhammer woke up the right way. Can you cue it up? Here, let me see how much longer we have to go here. Yeah, we can cue it up, buddy. Towards the end. So we're going to do Clarkson's Farm and Warhammer Astartes. It's not the first time I've played them. So it is, let me cue it up though. I'll promise to cue it up. I'm making sure I'm spelling this right, okay? Because I'm retarded. There's an official teaser from like 3 months ago. The official teaser trailer, which is 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, yeah. So it's queued up. It's queued up for you. Okay. Thanks, brother. Lex Luthor for $4.99. Issue with defense of TB ending without a fight is more because Void shouldn't be a villain. He's basically Omega level, like game Suicide Squad versus Justice League. Dumb idea. Yeah, it was just not a good idea. It's like, well, how else do you defeat Sentry? And I'm like, I honestly don't know because this should have squashed them all like a bug. I just don't go to see movies to have people group hug at the end. And it's a bunch of characters I just don't care about, except for John Walker, the one they treated like shit. And I was pleasantly surprised that Lewis Pullman, great actor, did a good job as Sentry, but he's lost in this set piece streaming movie. Yeah. But if he sticks around and they do something good with him later, I wouldn't be surprised. I think Razorfist had the best pitch. You take Bucky, you put him on a motorcycle, and you have him riding around the country, getting into adventures. I think that's something I would buy. Issue with so if Kanye was never on FNT, Ryan would be more confused than Jeremy was in high school locker room during shower time. Okay, Japanese Demon Lord for $5. Maybe he's still confused. You don't even know. Saw Shadow Force, surprised it was so good. 9 out of 10. Shadow Force, hang on. Shadow Force. Really? All right. Family over everything. Kerry Washington and Omar Sy. Shadow Force. Awesome. Thanks for chatting with us tonight. Dr. Schlurpo has been a member for 7 months. Thank you for hanging out. My pleasure. The Imperial Soldier wasn't supposed to be a rapist. Tony Gilroy meant to write therapist, but he forgot the space. Alex, I'll take the rapists for $100. I'm rereading the Justice League International run. I'm starting to think Mahler would make a good voice of Martian Manhunter. He really would. Thumbs up. He would be an excellent voice for Martian Manhunter. Lock it down. Hang on. Rating Gypsum for $10. Hail, Gary. My first ever super chat. Oh, thank you. We'll be gentle. Do you have any streams dedicated to talking about great Doctor Who? I'd pay money to listen to you and Mahler break down all the great episodes of Doctor Who. Well, we have a part 1 on Real BBC where we break down our top 10 episodes. We've done 5. We haven't done the next 5. And that is out there. It is on the main channel. And we will do it again. But I'll do a Doctor Who appreciation live stream soon. We did those with Lord of the Rings. I don't see why we shouldn't do it with like Mahler and I could pick a couple of episodes. It wouldn't be a regular thing. Let's pick a couple episodes and we'll talk about those. I think we can do that. That'd be fun. Good idea. Jason R., thank you for becoming a member. Brian Keith, The Thing is my favorite John Carpenter film. That's my second favorite. And it is one of the greatest, if not the greatest horror film of all time. The Thing is brilliant. Big Trouble in Little China is the best truck driving documentary ever made by man. You are right, Bubba Doom, for $5. Gawker's Death Rattle for 5 Canadian pesos. Theaters playing it smart with old re-releases. I hear they're bringing back Jaws and OG Star Wars. Those will get me back into the seat, not the MCU. Hail. Same here. No, they have to do that. And quite frankly, the Alamo Drafthouse has been doing that forever. And I think instead of having a theater that's sitting empty because you're obligated with some piece of shit movie, I think they should have the option to at least open up a couple for old releases that will get people back in the seats. And maybe that will and we have to do too many ads, but maybe you can that will force them to restore more, and we can watch them in a theater where it's an actual experience, and then it helps their streaming too. And maybe it pays for the restoration. Theater. So I agree. I would rather watch my paint dry than watch the Thunderbolts. So a lot of people agreed with you. They just didn't go. Opinion on Charge GBH exploited subhumans, says Razorburn for $2. Absolutely love Charge GBH. I liked Exploited. I did. And Subhumans, when I was a kid, was my favorite punk rock band, by far. And I don't know why. I really leaned into the British punk rock at first when I was really young. But I loved Time Flies, but Airplanes Crash, that EP. GBH has a lot of good stuff. I can't remember the name of the album now. God damn it. I'm getting so old. It's in my fucking closet right over there. But subhumans have The Day the Country Died, Time Flies, but Airplanes Crash. And From the Cradle to the Grave, with a 16-minute song called From the Cradle to the Grave on side B, which is amazing. I think Dick, the lead singer, I think they're still out there like doing shows. They were like really they were doing shows in Santa Barbara like 20 years ago, and I think they're still out there doing shows. And they broke up for a long time. When I was a kid and I got into them, they had just broken up. But they sang their classic, Mickey Mouse is dead, got kicked in the head because people got too serious. They planned out what they said. Mickey Mouse is dead. The liberal film folks that have been out of work would rather not have to work than the industry come to the table with the Trump administration. AT Fig for $4.99. I think they'd rather chop off their own dicks. No, they want to do that already. They'd rather give up their Ozempic than meet with Trump. Do you ever get to Arizona, East Valley, maybe? I was just there. Neat Steeler for $2. Excuse me, I got to take a break. I was just there. I was just in Sedona. Yes, I do get there. Net Steeler. Why did I say neat? Neat. You and that new Times Square statue keep me sober. Chris pointed out, doesn't the Times Square statue look a lot like Robert De Niro's son? Maybe that's what it's based on. Kugler, Sinners inspired by Metallica on Structure. One Structure. One Structure. One Structure. Really? He's a Bay Area guy. I had to put my lab down on Sunday, and I'm still crying. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I had to put my lab down last year, too. So I'm right there with you. It's not fun. I miss my Parker. She went with me everywhere. Everywhere. Go the pound, Gary, and pick the dog that's been there the longest and give it a loving home for the rest of its life. I could do that. Pick an old dog, give it just like good. It's not a horrible idea. I think when the wife comes back, that's not a horrible idea. You pick some old dog that nobody wants and you just like give it a good last couple of years. I mean, it'd be hard to let it go, but you give it a good couple of years, in a nice warm house. It gets a good meal every day, gets a little love, has other dogs around. It's not a terrible idea, Harukami. Thank you. Oh boy, there is a main story, but that main story, there is a main story, but the man story is separated into so many parts, told through multiple stories. Oh, the main story is told through so many parts, told through multiple stories in different times throughout the 41st millennium. The size of Warhammer 40K is not to be underestimated. I know. Old fighter. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to step into this, man. Because you just may never hear from me again. Birds of Prey changed its title to the great. Well, it was still Birds of Prey, and or the emancipation of the once fucking cunty Harley Quinn. So there you go. And Nick, how did that help the movie? But I think they definitely wanted to put Harley Quinn in the title, so they thought they'd be cute about it, and it ended up being a shitty movie. More like the Pooh Avengers, says Taker 610. There you go. Star Wars meets Full Metal Jacket series on YouTube. There's a whole series? Andor season 2 got love at the Diddy trial. Did it? Coop, thanks for being a member for 19 months. Cheers. What do you think of Shadows of Mordor War compared to the Rings of Power? I think it has excellent story, gameplay, and graphics. Made Shelob a hot chick. Yeah. Canon-wise, it pretty much raped it as bad as the Rings of Power. I'm not going to lie. But there's something charming about it. Now, I'm not going to say I ran through the full fucking game or anything, But it was Lord of the Rings, so it's still on my Steam, bro. It is on my Steam. Not a vigilante for 10 New Zealand pesos. Hey, man, I've got nothing profound to add to the conversation. Just wanted to show my appreciation. Been watching your streams from all the way in New Zealand for over a year now. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks for staying true. Thank you for staying true. Thank you. Stigmata Legion. Changed my way of thinking religion. Now I'm watching Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Dang you. Stigmata Legion. Legion, Exorcist 3 Legion. Fucking great movie. George C. Scott. Holy shit, is that a good movie? Underrated horror movie. Absolute banger. Love it. Harukami for 5 British pounds. I'm slightly older, Gary, and Patrick Troughton was my first doctor. Still smile because he was just mental. He's such a good doctor. I wish there was more stuff. War games, though. They fucked with war games, bro. Eisenhorn, highly recommended for first Warhammer read. Helped me get a good understanding. 10 years in August. ODAAT, thanks for the content. Thank you, Jim, and thank you for the recommendation. Blue Beetle and Blue Marvel and Blue Falcon got into a bar. The Blue Oyster Bar? Is that where you were going? The Flying Elvis for $20. Sorry, Gary, didn't go to see you in Vegas. I'm a 91X fella from back in the day. I'm trying to get Alex to put up a tent out in front of the MFB to get you back for a meetup before long. Hey, I'll go back. 91X XE Delia FM Baja California, Mexico. 91X rock of the 80s. Steve West. Then you would know Steve West. Steve West was the DJ forever. The token, like every alternative and underground or rock of the 80s station had to have their token British guy. So Steve West was ours in San Diego. I think he's still around. Superman versus Dr. Manhattan. Fair matchup. Fair. Superman. Dr. Manhattan's pretty fucking OP. He can manifest shit. I'm just going to still say Superman because he's the OG, but Dr. Manhattan could probably easily get some kryptonite. But maybe Superman can tell an anecdotal story about rape and bring Dr. Manhattan back down. Or better yet, if we use the Watchmen TV series now, Superman versus Blueface Manhattan, who literally hands his powers in the form of an egg to a black woman because she's far better than him, which is basically him handing his fucking balls over, would get prison raped by Superman. But Dr. Manhattan's pretty fucking powerful. But you know what? I'm just going to side with Superman because he's good and he's not from a nihilist story. So I say Superman. He defeats Dr. Manhattan by telling a sad anecdotal story about rape. Null Face for $9.99. Killers is a correct answer. I learned to play bass with that Bad Brains Rock for Light and The Police, Ghost of the Machine, and Cro-Mag's Age of Quarrel, and Kill 'Em All with Metallica. Those are all great albums. And the very first album, rock and roll album I bought. So quick story. My sister, I'm blanking on the movie now. Almost Famous. So I had an Almost Famous scene in my life. I'm listening to music, Star Wars soundtracks over and over and over again. And my sister just comes in with a stack of albums and goes, turn that shit off. I can't listen to it anymore. Listen to this. So she gives me a stack of records and it's, Oingo Boingo, B-52s, Go-Go's, Judas Priest, think Journey was in there. The Sex Pistols. It was a really eclectic mix of albums. Queen. She's all just listen to all this. Okay. Oh, and Led Zeppelin. Lots of Led Zeppelin. So I listened to that. I'm like, okay. So I start getting into the rock and roll. The first album I bought by myself with my own paper route money was Ghost in the Machine. The Police, Ghost in the Machine. I fucking love the Police. They have a five. I got their vinyl collection. Sting is right, by the way. A good band should only be together for 5 years. Sting's a fucking socialist, pretentious piece of fucking shit, but he's a great musician. Stuart Copeland's one of my favorite drummers of all time. But yeah, Killers, like, Killers is fucking amazing, man. It's raw. That's why I like it. It's raw. That's why I like Kill 'Em All. That's why I kind of like everybody's first album, you know. That's why I like the Misfits. That's like the Ramones. I like the more raw, like emotionally driven shit than technically sound. I mean, I like that too. I mean, like when I go to technically sound, though, I go to Rush. Only good thing about Gary's family being gone is he has time to play with his dolls. You goddamn right. What is your favorite? Oh, this is a good question. What is your favorite opening scene of a movie? I thought you were going to say superhero movie. Favorite opening scene of a movie. I had the answer for superhero movie. It's X2. Nightcrawler in the White House. That's fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. I'm going to say, I'd have to think about it. That's a big one. That's another big one. I'm going to give you a basic bitch answer. Lord of the Rings. Fellowship. But scenes that I think are Boogie Nights opening scene, that one shot track going through. I think that's fucking fantastic. I have to think of a favorite opening scene to a movie. Whew. That's a big one. There's a lot of movies. See, I like movies that hit the ground running, like a little chaos in your opening scene. You know what? One of my favorites, it's not my favorite, Dark Knight. Love that opening scene. Fucking love it. Love it. But I'd have to go to, Pulp Fiction. Yes. Yes. Donnie Darko's a good one. 2001, Matrix, Master and Commander. These are not bad answers. Revenge of the Sith. I'm not, you know what? I think that one shot scene in Revenge of this. Oh, you're talking episode 4. I'm going to say Revenge of the Sith. That tracking shot I kind of liked. Blade. Fucking Blade has a great opening scene. Good answers. Thunderbolts. Oh my. This Space for Rent. I watch a Knight Rider remake with Gary and Kit. And Kit's voiced by Az or Mahler. Really changes the dynamic of the show. I got my newest hot toy Scarlet Witch with WandaVision. Yeah, I pre-ordered that. I wonder why I didn't get it. The one that actually looks like the Scarlet Witch. Samuel Perez just saw that Thanos versus Doom on that YouTube. It looks dope. You think Marvel will be able to show something like that in the next Avengers movie? P.S. Yankees just beat that ass. I know. We had a fucking no-hitter going. You still beat that ass. Best team money could buy, and you're playing with fucking cheating bats. Of course you're going to fucking win. I mean, you get more revenue than most baseball teams. By the way, you know who's right up there in attendance with you guys? Like right behind you, like our low 23rd market I mean, granted, it's in California. I don't live there anymore. Fucking Padres. So yeah, I hope you fucking win with your big fucking cheating bats and all your money. I hope you fucking beat us. Yeah, come to San Diego and try that shit. Come to our house. Fucking Yankees. Yeah, I'm still bitter that you beat us in the 98 series. Fucking cheaters. But I miss George Steinbrenner. George was the GOAT, man. Best song in the entire world is Rush Limelight. Listen to it 100 times and you will see such nuance. It's a great song. It is a great song. Spirit of the Radio, great song. YYZ. 2112, the entire fucking album. Subdivisions is my favorite Rush song. That's my favorite Rush song. That's the song that spoke to me the most when I was a kid. Subdivisions. In the concert halls. Conform or be cast out. Subdivisions is my favorite Rush song on so many levels. Second favorite, Trees. Lot to be said in that Trees song. Remember Conan the Barbarian show at Universal? Yes, back in the day at Universal Studios. First time I went to Universal Studios, the movie they were because they used to film movies there at the time was Streets of Fire, Walter Hill. Gary, do you like the Demented Argo? Great psychobilly band. I think you dig them. Check out their album In Sickness and in Health. I will. I love psychobilly bands. I'm a big fucking Reverend Horton Heat fan. Big fucking Reverend Horton Heat fan. All right, we're going to watch a couple trailers before I go. Cabin Boy versus Master Commander. Fave? Oh, fucking Cabin Boy. Master and Commander's piece of shit compared to Cabin Boy. What are you talking about? No face. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So we're going to start with the Astartes Warhammer trailer, and then we're going to go out with Clarkson's Farm. Clarkson's Farm. You guys ready? Here we go. This looks dope. Yeah. Sorry, stop me. The browser. Looks cool as hell. This is fan made. Fan fucking made. Unbelievable. Warhammer fans, they are on another level. They're on another fucking level. Farm season 4 trailer. Now, totally opposite end of the spectrum here. My favorite show on TV is a show about an old English fart and his fucking farm. And everything about the show is joy. Jeremy can be incredibly based. It shows the corruption of bureaucracy and the bullshit that farmers go through. Plus, it has better character arcs than anything that Rings of Power has done. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Probably get hit for this. Don't give a shit.
I want to make it plain that I am absolutely thrilled to bits for Caleb. But he has left me just a little bit in the lurch. Please, come on. It's freezing cold and soaking wet. Come on. I've got to be honest, I'm having a tottering time. While Caleb's away, I'm going to need a hand. You've seen Clarkson's farm?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you?
No.
I'm on need someone to help me.
She's brilliant.
Sorry.
Should I trim your eyebrows?
What's the matter with my eyebrows?
Are you kidding?
I'm on need.
That's my wife.
Tiny. What should we call it?
Richard Ham. You know you're in the show.
Richard Ham.
Gonna buy a pub.
Well,
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink.
Now, I've got to be honest, when I first looked round, that hadn't fallen down.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man! Son of a bitch!
The only thing that would help this shithole is a wrecking ball.
So they've drilled holes from cubicle to cubicle.
I don't think that was to improve ventilation.
Yeah.
Start with the old thing and then the old thing on the wall
Gerald!
again, bro.
Yeah. Pigs have clitorises. I didn't know that.
Jesus. Yeah, he can't find it either. I can tell you.
I want to get it open by the August bank holiday.
fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
The carvery is now open.
Power cut, fans are dead, no gas. Lunch service is a bust, basically.
Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch!
No,
Oh, fuck that. Why is it going at 100 miles an hour?
Stop the tractor! I think we get rid of Harvey Swinestein.
Swinestein.
Who?
So the scientist, it's a scientist.
Actor.
It's a scientist.
Give me a goddamn drink.
You've been at school, haven't you? You've been learning how to be a dog.
Good little dog.
Come here. And heel.
Oh! Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. That looks fucking fantastic. It comes out May 23rd, and we will be doing watch parties throughout before Friday Night Tights. We'll be just hitting it in the morning. Right in the fucking nuts. Right in the nuts. All right, we got a few more before I get out of here. Hey, Gary, Disney never should have canceled Spectacular Spider-Man and Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Believe me, Christian, my son is so with you. And I am too, by the way. Love both those shows, which are arguably better than the MCU. Dude, the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes is a fucking great show. So it's Spectacular Spider-Man changes the Eddie Brock dynamic in such a great way. In such a great way, making him like basically a friend to Peter Parker in high school. Shlomi Leaner, did I miss your chat? I'll go back and look up. Okay. You didn't have to tell me that. Sorry. You should just thank you. Sorry. Hey, Gary, since you lived in San Diego, do you ever remember Phil Hendry doing on the KFI doing an Art Bell impression? Of course I do. Good old Phil Hendry. He's got to be gone now, right? Shlomi. Let's go. Shlomi. Okay, so the Den of Nerds one I got. I am honestly shocked that they did introduce Blue Marvel. I got that one. Okay, here it goes. Speaking of Blue Marvel, what are your thoughts on him and how will you properly introduce him in the MCU? Oh, I wouldn't properly introduce anybody in the MCU. Those are my thoughts. I don't think much about the Blue Marvel. It's okay, but not a character I think a lot about. And if you like him, then you don't want him in the MCU. You just don't. I mean, look what they're doing to fucking Wonder Man. Thank you, Shlomi. Yes, it will. It's absolutely one of the best fucking shows on TV. 100%. Oliver Lavery Farage. Last one of the night. I'll let you go, but Subdivisions is masterful. Watch how the song transforms as it goes, and you find yourself 2/3 in thinking, how the fuck did we get here? Absolutely. Dude, like I've tried to play along to Geddy Lee and to Neil Peart because I play both bass and drums. I'm actually a little better at drums, or I used to be. I'm out of practice of both. And it was just hopeless. fucking hopeless. Hopeless. And they're on a whole other level. But man, I never liked getting stoned much. But when I did, back in the day, I put on some headphones and I go to pretty much anything Rush or Pink Floyd Animals. And that's what I'd listen to till I wandered off into the, the sleepy time. Because there's layers in so much of Rush's stuff, but in Pink Floyd Animals, there's fucking layers. But the Subdivisions is my favorite song. But for Animals, for instance, there's a part where David Gilmour, no, it isn't David Gilmour. It's Roger Waters singing "Dragged Down by the Stone." So it's we're all dragged down by the stone, 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 and that echoes through most of the album in the background. And it gets so low you could barely hear it. But if you are stoned, you can fucking hear it. You can hear it just going stoned, stoned through all this. It's great. It's great. Silver Surfers, Norrad, end of story. You're right, Eric K. Joseph Lazada, thank you for the $1. And Brad Mann for $19.99 for Warhammer. There are 2 YouTube channels, Crack Duck and Baldermort's Guide to Warhammer. Oh, and The Forgotten Narrator, who has a 3.5-hour timeline of the universe, which is how I got into it. You're welcome. I love lore videos. Okay. And we have Archcast coming on tomorrow for Friday Night Tights. So please join us then. I released a video earlier today on the main channel. Thanks for watching if you already have. It'll be a fun FNT tomorrow. Lots to talk about. Lots of shit to talk about. Kind of wrapping up the week. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who participated in the chat. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. God, I love doing these. These streams are fun, man. These streams are fun. We'll try to fit some more in, as she said. Fit some more in. And thanks for all the lurkers. And we'll see you in less than 24 hours for Friday Night Tights. I don't know. Let me see if anybody's I can't raid, but is there a Cobra Cast going on? Is there a Cobra Cast? Yeah, dude, there's a Cobra Cast in 1 minute and 50 seconds. I'm going to give you the link. Okay. Wait, I got to do it on YouTube. Hang on. I can't rate it, but I could definitely do it on YouTube. At least I think I can. There. Go to Cobra Cast. Tell him I sent you. Y'all have a good night. I'll be watching Jeremy for a little while till I start watching Serenity. Comics is starting. Fuck comics. Oh, you can go to Comics Division 2. Go to Comics Division 2. You know, life is full of choices. Maybe Eric can throw in the link before I stop. Did I miss the last super chat? Hang on. No Scorpions, The Zoo. I love that song, Coop. I love that song. Hey, dude, I got to meet all the fucking Scorpions. I got pictures with the Scorpions. They gave me drumsticks. I toured their dressing room. I toured the backstage. Got to walk. Their roadie basically listens to us, and yeah, it was fucking amazing. And got to see their residency in Vegas, and they fucking killed it. Those old fuckers rocked. Thanks, Coop. All right, go watch Jeremy. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.